United States survived in overtime.
Quinn Hughes shoots. He scores! He scores! Quinn Hughes in overtime wins it, and the United States will move on and face Slovakia in the semis.
Kenny Alberts on NBC TV with a call. The U.S. defeated Sweden 2-1 in overtime on a goal by Quinn Hughes. USA will face Slovakia in the semifinals on Friday, while Canada will face Finland. In men's college hoops, Texas Tech junior forward JT Toppin was diagnosed with a season-ending injury, torn ACL. In the NBA, Sacramento Kings star Domantas Sabonis underwent season-ending left knee surgery today to repair a torn meniscus that he had been attempting to play through. And the estate of Paul Allen announced that it began a formal process to sell the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Brianna Miro.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right, enter, brother, and it is the Odd Couple. Kelvin Washington, E from Salam, and for Rob. And with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4,
not
not 5.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 3, and now we are live on YouTube.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Do it. Bill, say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
E from Salam. And we are indeed the Odd Couple. E from Salam and for Rob, Kelvin Washington on this Worship Wednesday. And now, of course, you're going to need the phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports radio talk show on the planet. Aaron Maller.
Aaron Maller.
You got to say Aaron Maller.
Aaron Maller.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I get it. I know.
You know why.
I know.
Yeah, you should know. You should have seen your boy.
You got a tissue for me?
You should have seen. He should never have been that excited to showcase somebody else's wife.
I had a glizzy in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
Lord.
least, of course, when people are still awake. That's right. Write it down. Commit it to memory. 877-99 on Fox. And for you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
No, it is not. And if you hear any feedback on the line, it is all your fault. It means one thing only.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
Turn it off. And if you call in here and you got a problem with what we have to say, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
With that said, always remember... Sweetie Petey. Yeah. All right, let's go, Big Show. We got, again, E from Salam and...
Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh. Hey. Hey.
By the way,
Hey.
Rob G.
Hey. Hey.
Somewhere right now, did Rob feel that intro that we just did? Did he enjoy that while sipping on some wine? And
he's passed out by now.
He is passed out. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way,
Wait, he's somewhere day drinking?
yeah, wine country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself.
Did I do that?
And by the way, look how excited you are too, Rob G. That was we did that in like 3.5 minutes. So now that we do that, now I think, what is it?
Now we know it's possible.
Is it me? Am I talking his ear off when we do it? Am I roasting him? It's probably me roasting Rob. That adds another 2.5 minutes right there. A lot to get to on this show. Again, E, man, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. That's how happy to be here on a Worship Wednesday.
Yeah. How much you worshiping? Because I know at Christmas, you got like 7 holidays going on.
No,
too.
it's just
y'all
so
call it
happens
again?
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. It just so happens to be the first day of Ramadan.
It is.
You know, it's Worship Wednesday, which makes sense. It's first day of fasting. And, first day is always tough.
But why you got a bag of chips right now? No, I'm just playing. I'm just messing with you. Look,
I'm like, do I have some chips?
Did I bring some?
Do I have the chips with me?
Hey, we got a big show. Aric Armstead, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end, is going to be joining us in about 25 minutes. And next hour, of course, our man Antonio Daniels. We'll talk some of the NBA headlines with him, and we'll do One's Got to Go as well. And a whole lot to get to. Last call coming up last hour as well. So a lot to get to.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're about to. The very most LA thing in news.
Yeah, so if you're in a pursuit, if you're fleeing the police,
correct,
but you don't break the speed limit, like is it
because he's going 37, 38 now, 40? Yeah,
right? He's going 40, 45, and a 45.
This pursuit we're watching here in L.A., it's
a live pursuit,
a normal thing.
LAPD in pursuit of shooting suspect, but he's not speeding down the street. He's just casually driving like he was going to the supermarket. Like, so they can't charge you with reckless driving or reckless endangerment, can they?
Well, look at all these turns.
No,
he's about to get out.
No, he pulled into the parking lot.
Okay, he's maneuvering. He's maneuvering. Listen, the issue is, we'll get to the show. The issue is the bird. Once the helicopter has you, it's a wrap.
You got to go to the airport.
Yeah.
Well, not that I know that. I mean, why would I know that? Not that I saw it on a movie.
Oh, that is because they're right. They can't
go.
Can't go. Interesting.
Can't go.
Right.
Not that I know that or have done anything like
he was wilding at. You was tearing Jack. What they call that one in Atlanta?
Woo!
Jackson. Down there going to the one in Atlanta there.
85 South.
Big show again. A lot to get to right now. So we'll keep you updated for those of you in LA used to these car chases. We'll talk about that in a little bit if something crazy happens. Let's talk about something that did crazy that allegedly, Rob G, happened, didn't happen. I don't know. But Kevin Durant did address what we talked about yesterday. He's known for having burner accounts. There's some messaging that came out. We don't know if it was him. A lot of people believe it was. He was asked about it with the Rockets. Here's what he had to say.
I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense. I'm just here to focus on the season, keep it pushing. But I know I get you have to answer those questions. My teammates know what it is. We've been locked in the whole season. We've enjoyed our break. We had a great practice today. Looking forward to this road trip.
So, Rob G, break down some of the things allegedly that he said, or what the rumors are, if it was him and his burner account, that was said about former teammates. And most of them were about former teammates or even current teammates that he has.
Yeah, the KD alleged burner account, Get Higher 77, and the group chat that keeps on giving. We talked about it yesterday. Some great content coming out of the account. Some of it related to current Rockets players, some of it related to former Durant teammates. But just a quick rundown of some of the things that were said by this alleged burner account of Kevin Durant. Jabari Smith Jr. is a low-key rudimentary person. It is a rudimentary.
Yeah, and it wasn't rudimentary. It was something else we can't say.
Alperen Şengün can't shoot or defend. Not too bad. Russell Westbrook is a triple-double cocaine bear. That's my favorite.
That's the best one.
That's funny.
Steve Kerr, quote, hated black people ever since Michael Jordan punched him in the mouth. James Harden is delusional. Chris Paul doesn't know blank. And Devin Booker and Frank Vogel are like Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, that one, we went a little far on that one. Or whoever did it, allegedly. So I'm going to jump in here with this. Number one, KD is not the person who can say that beginning line. Alex, do me a favor, Alex. Can you play that one more time? That first line when he says this.
I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense.
All right, don't Twitter nonsense me, Ephraim. When you literally have made a career where people say you were one of the top 3 tweeters of all time, whether it be you, the actual KD,
right,
or you burner account KD. Like, you are known for this. So the idea of like, oh, Twitter nonsense. No, you participate in the tomfoolery, the nonsense, the shenanigans. So don't act like it's crazy in that regard. That's number one. Number two, also, Ephraim, what I did not hear was, man, get out of here. Y'all know good and well I did not do that. You know that was not me. I didn't hear any of that either. I got, I got shoo, push it along. So I didn't get that. Do I think this is the biggest thing that will rock the Rockets locker room? No. I think whether it was him or not, I think the fact that we don't know helps because you as Ime Udoka, you can say, look, man, I don't know what's going on. I know we locked in the second half of the season. Let's go. We trying to win a championship,
right.
Especially because there's no name attached to it. If this were, what I mean by that is Kevin Durant. If this were him at a bar and someone secretly was recording him, or if this was a text that he sent to his homies and he actually sent to the Rocket group chat one, right? Well, man, I can't stand these, and he sent it to the wrong one. Now we're talking with something. We got something to talk about.
All right.
To me, I think you can spin this as it's just internet stupidness. It's distractions. We don't know who, this had nothing to do with us. Let's lock in, let's focus, and not be a thing. That's how I think you can get around it. But I'm still not fully convinced it wasn't him because he participates and stuff like that. And, again, to act like it's nonsense when one of the most recent things he talked about, he said, got a burner thread account, come find me. So, like, he's about that life. So to act like he's above it, he has clearly been about it. But I don't think this is something that's going to rock the Rockets locker room.
Okay, well, you have a friend group, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You do have friends outside of
I do.
Rob Parker.
Rob don't think that. The way he texts all of us, Rob G.
Rob Parker.
Alex, don't shake your head. You be the main one.
So outside of the Odd Couple group chat, you have a friend group.
Uh-huh.
And in that friend group, you know when someone is lying.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So the problem I have with it, number one, he sounds like he's lying.
Yeah, that's why I say he didn't blatantly say no.
Number two, the people he's talking about, they know him. So they may have heard something similar about someone else that he was maybe talking trash about to them. And then they also know how he lies. So that Houston locker room, they know his voice by now, and they know also when he's lying and when he's telling the truth. So it will have an effect on those guys in the locker room. The one thing that can destroy a team is that level of immaturity in the locker room. No matter how good you are, obviously everyone's not on the same page. But we're talking about this like this is like a big deal. As great as Kevin Durant is and was and has been,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you this question. Have you ever considered him a leader of a team?
No. And that's literally what I was telling Rob G earlier. It's always been the other guys on his teams. And to their detriment, it was supposed to be Fred VanVleet. That's their leader, aside from the coach.
Yep.
Ime is definitely their leader, without a doubt. But it was going to be Fred VanVleet. And not that he can't. Obviously, he's still around. But I meant playing on the court there day to day. That was supposed to be his role. KD is not necessarily that. I just want to hoop.
He's
That's
never,
KD.
He's never
just
been a
wanna
leader on any. If you name the team, he's been not OKC.
Nope.
It surely wasn't Golden State.
Not Brooklyn.
Not Brooklyn.
I don't know if they even had a leader in Phoenix.
That was just, Devin Booker is the leader.
Nah, yeah, I mean,
he is the leader there. Whether he steps up and leads the way or not, and how he leads, but he is the face of that franchise. For KD, he's never had that. He's never had to have to lead a team, so he's reckless.
Mm-hmm.
Most guys who are leaders, they're not reckless like that because they know how a little thing can get misconstrued and it can spark a fire in the locker room and can sidetrack the goal, and that's to win a championship. He's never been a leader, so he's still reckless. He goes, he says what he wants, tweets. He's made fun of himself having burner accounts.
Mm-hmm.
We all know. And his answer to the media was flip it, and it was dismissive, and no one believes it.
But that's why I don't think it will rock their locker room because of what you just mentioned.
I don't think guys are going to like him.
Yeah, but I think subconsciously, A, we literally know he's done this before. B, it's something you wouldn't put above him, right? Like certain things, somebody came in your locker room back in the day was like, man, Ephraim, they'd be like, man, get out. Like they would have to see the footage, and this is pre-AI, where they would be like, dang, Ephraim really did that, because they would never think you would. I don't think this is above him, clearly, so I think some part of them is like, here go KD in. But as long as he's getting me 25 a night on 50% shooting, I don't think it'll be a big deal. And last point for me, Ephraim, you know this, you played, you love the games, you watch the games. Winning cures all. And so far, they've had a good season.
Yeah, up until now. And if they, long as they all of a sudden, let's say the first 15 games out, they don't go 5-10 and it's struggling, because then, and we also losing because of you, and then stuff comes up. But if they go first 15 games and they're,
10-5, 11-4, and kind of right about where they are now, I think they'll just be able to like, man, that's KD being KD. Whether I know it 100% or not, they can shoot that aside. If there were receipts, I think this would be worse. If there were actual receipts, again, he got caught slipping, talking, somebody recorded him, he didn't know. Now we're talking about something.
Whether it's receipts or not, no one actually thinks he didn't do it. So you don't have to prove that you didn't do it. I know you did it.
What if he says it? What if he looked at some of them and was like, no, I didn't do it?
You know I didn't do that. You know I didn't do that. I'm sure he's said something to the likes of what he called what did you say? What did you say, Rob? It was we can't say the term.
Oh yeah.
Rudimentary individuals.
Right. Like Jabari, he's probably said that to him in the locker room or on the court.
Like, boy, you that word.
Right, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, when you're talking trash about people, how you really feel comes out in jest when you're talking to them.
Yeah, you hear their language. You know their jokes.
So so if he's actually said that in jest in practice or in the game or out to team dinner or whatever, that's just confirmation.
He better not ever brought up Mussolini before. Now they know, because nobody's walking around bringing Mussolini.
Like, he could have said that. He could have said that to a teammate or somebody in the locker room when they asked him how it was in Phoenix. He could have made that direct, correlation or reference.
Now they know, like, man, he said that to me once before about that.
And so now it valid. That's what I'm saying. Like, when people in your friend group and people who know you know your cadence and know things you've said before, and then it comes out in the media, right? If you were sitting up in here, you were telling me, right? Oh man, I'm so glad you in here. I can't stand Rob Parker, man. He be in here and this, he be taking his shoes off, his feet be stinking in here, man. I'm so glad you in here. And then all of a sudden, a burner account that may or may not have been yours, and they were like, I hate Rob Parker. His feet smell like corn chips and all.
But my thing,
you couldn't sell me on that's not me. That's
My thing would be, why would you just tell everybody what I've been telling you?
Oh, my fault.
Why did you bring that up?
My bad. That was an example.
Use another example, not the one that I told you. You gonna read it verbatim off the text message?
That's my Rob. Your feet don't stink like that, man. I don't think your feet stink.
No. Enjoy your wine trip, Rob. All right. Well, speaking of the NBA, the NBA on NBC has the All-Star game. They're trying to do something already, Ephraim, thinking about something they can add. Already things they can add to next year's All-Star game. Good or bad ideas, we'll tell you what they are next. It's the Odd Couple. Ephraim's in for Rob, Kelvin, Washington on a Worship Wednesday, Fox Sports Radio.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Ron Harper.
Oh. What he done said?
The former, do I think of him as a Cavs guard? Is that
Bulls? Bulls. Even though he was a star with the Cavs and Clippers.
And then he played for the Bulls as well. But he has not one but two sons in the association.
Two.
And so he was asked a question about his sons and participating, because he was able to take part in the All-Star Saturday with his two sons. And he had this dig for one Mr. LeBron James.
Oh, let me hear.
Was this a vision you had? All-star like this?
I'm not LeBron James. I'm not going to tell my kids what they have to do. I just want to
And basically...
Hold on, run it back. Tell them what he said, because they might not have heard that.
He just said...
I'm not LeBron James. I'm not going to tell my sons what they have to do.
And his two sons immediately, put their head down and covered their mouth like...
They're like, Dad, this was for us, not the world to hear.
What'd you say? Right. Was that out loud, Pops?
We not in the car, the three of us. The world is listening.
Yes, so it was pretty interesting. What'd you make of it? I'm going to just get your thoughts.
I thought that was an unnecessary dig. Usually what we see in sports is the reason why you see Magic Johnson walking around and he's dapping up Dr. J, and he's dapping up a Big O, and he's dapping up Ant Edwards, and Ant Edwards is dapping up. It's usually, and you've been covering this league since
1987, Tim. Did you know that?
Usually it's a walk around and it's a love fest, especially this particular weekend, right? We all brothers in this fraternity. And so I thought it was an unusual and an unnecessary dig at your brother in that frat. But Ron Harper, that's kind of Ron Harper-like if you've ever heard him say things and talk throughout the years. He's not a big talker. He doesn't do a lot of pods and everything. But the little bit of I've ever heard, a little bit I see, he's ready for the smoke and gonna let you know his mind. Even back when he was playing, you know, that's just part of who he is. But I thought it was an unnecessary dig instead of just saying, "Oh man, what an opportunity to play with my sons. I love my sons. They've worked so hard. They've earned this." That was a great way to do it.
It was a dig at Bronny too. Basically, he's saying like she doesn't deserve to be up here on the low. He didn't say it, but basically he's saying LeBron is the reason Bronny had got to this level at all.
But see, I'm gonna say this. That's because a lot of people still. That's what they feel. Is like Bronny is there because of LeBron, and people. You can say whatever you want. He was a highly recruited McDonald's all that.
That McDonald's was a stretch, too.
Okay, he averaged 5 points at USC.
Nah, he might have been a Burger King All-American. But
right. But you know what I mean.
That was a stretch.
He averaged 5 points at USC, a bad USC team. And I get he had
the medical issue.
Okay, yeah. And he can go play in the G League and light it up. There are a lot of players who can do that in that league. And that doesn't mean that it translates over into the next level or the next league. And I still believe that somebody like a Ron Harper, whose sons got in on their own, who they feel got in on their own merit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, that's the hard part for Bronny. That's why you don't want to do it that way. Because no matter what that kid does,
they're going
to say your dad got it because you had to go to the Lakers. He didn't was on a draft board and wound up in Orlando or somewhere else. This was all orchestrated, and that is the reason why people will never let it go or never let him stand on his own merit. And that's why I believe, too, as soon as LeBron is not in this situation or not, because he's already lost power. You saw it with the Lakers.
Yes.
He doesn't have the same power. I would be shocked that Bronny's on anybody's roster when LeBron retires. I would be.
That's not far-fetched. I mean, he hasn't been given that opportunity yet, or maybe he hasn't played enough to where you say, all right, we got to have him as our 9th man. Not that he's going to be a big-time player, but, you know, some energy off the bench, maybe a guy we can develop. We'll have to wait and see.
I tend to disagree, only because the reason he doesn't get minutes with the Lakers is because the Lakers have expectations to win. But if you're Washington and you can't sell tickets, why not sign Bronny? He'll get playing time finally. I mean, you know
I get your sentiment, right? He's a star, but that become that.
And
novelty.
He's not trash. He's lighting up the G League, as you mentioned.
I've seen him when he's gotten extended minutes too in the NBA. And you can sit there talking about selling tickets. I think that's worn off. I'm dead serious because now. He's going back. He ain't staying in the league the whole time. If he was in the league the whole time, maybe you would have a point. He's in the G League, right?
Yeah. And also, you're watching him in L.A., where people literally went to high school with him or college, or they follow USC, they follow the Lakers, they follow LeBron. It would be interesting on a quiet night in Indiana. Odd Couple. Kelvin, Washington, E for Salam, and for Rob on a Worship Wednesday. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Alev's got your back with up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose. Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains. And also check out the YouTube channel. We are there right now, Ephraim. Just search the Odd Couple FSR, then you can find us there. And then you can, of course, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And Rob G will read some of the comments throughout the show. But the pursuit is over, Rob G.
They got him.
They got him.
He just pulled over into an alley and just got out.
He did.
Like, hey, man, I'm done with this.
I think he just wanted to maybe get next to mom.
Just want my mom to see me go to jail.
Yeah. No, he stopped. There was no crash, no craziness.
That's good.
Yeah, we're talking about this pursuit that was happening in L.A. Some shooting suspect put him on a little 10, 15-minute ride, and he's down now. So, not that down. Whoa. He's laying down.
He's just laying down.
Just laying down. All right. This is something the NBA All-Star Weekend happened. Some people overall, I think, Rob G, would you say the sentiment was like, all right, better? That was pretty much mine. It wasn't, oh, my gosh, this was an instant classic. It was just like, good. The only thing you should be doing is trying to trend better and better and getting better. And I thought they did a good job of that. I thought the three-point contest with Dame coming out of retirement, I thought the All-Star game in particular, seeing a guy, Ephraim, who never is spotlight guy, and Kawhi, taking action, wanting the ball, dunking on people, hitting threes, 31 of the 48 points. I thought that was good. But now NBC said, we already working on 2027, Rob G.
That's right. The consensus was the All-Star game was awesome. All-Star Saturday night, not so much. Dunk contest was terrible. Shout out Jackson Hayes. Jace Richardson may have got a concussion on his dunk attempt.
At least he attempted to do something crazy. Jackson Hayes just did the most basic game dunk.
Dame Lillard, who won the three-point contest, hasn't played it all this season. People have said about that. So NBC's like, you know what? We fixed the All-Star game. Let's work on Saturday night. We are going to pitch to the NBA, which is, they've already confirmed this. They're asking the NBA to add a 1v1 and a 2v2 tournament to All-Star Saturday night.
My only concern, Ephraim, I like the thought process. I like the attempts. I like the trying thing. Here's my concern. You know this. The reason why guys don't want to do the dunk contest is because I don't want to look crazy. I'm already a star. What advantage do I have? What if I lose? There's nothing to gain. Then I for daggone sure don't think guys are going to want to get cooked up one-on-one with everybody watching. I respect the sentiment. I think a lot of people watch this stuff on Ball is Life and all this stuff on YouTube. You go in a barbershop, it's already up on YouTube. People are watching these guys play 2-on-2, 1-on-1, 3-on-3. But it's almost like a fun social media novelty, not for the professionals like that. And I just think guys would not want to get put on blast. And Edwards wouldn't want to get cooked up by Cade Cunningham in their minds. Oh, my gosh, everybody's going to laugh at me, ridicule me. What's the game? I think it'd be a blast. I think we would enjoy it. I think it would add that extra because you got to play.
Right. Yeah.
And I think this
can't hide.
Exactly. Can't hide. I think it'll be a good thing I think they don't understand how much the fan would actually appreciate. Like, wow, y'all really went at it, win or lose. But I think everyone is so brand-minded. My brand would take a hit if I get cooked up. What if it's to 11 and I get smoked, 11-3 and everybody. The brands have ruined the competitiveness of things. They're just going out and doing it because, hey, it'd be fun. I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a try. Everyone is brand-minded. Everyone's what's in it for me to gain or how much can I lose, and then it's not worth it. But I do like NBC already today looking at things so that they're not throwing something together last minute. They're saying, all right, because that way they can go up to Kay, go up to Ant and say, hey, what do you think guys think about this? Would you play? Would you participate? So that way they can have some intel now versus trying to throw something together last minute.
Yeah, I think kudos for the players playing hard in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole three-point contest with Damian Lillard, who I'm a Dame fan, just not a fan of someone not playing and participating in.
Is that an
in
indictment to them?
What I'm saying is, if you're not going to play this year, then you shouldn't be in the All-Star festivities. Period.
Or y'all should beat them.
I just don't think it's right. I think it sends the wrong message for a player to come in and just do that thing and then just go back to wherever he was. What it was, it just doesn't make sense.
That's actually hilarious.
So you mean all these guys who've been playing and doing all this and in shape and all of that, and Dame just came from the crib and walked you guys down, and then now he going back to the crib. I just think it sends the wrong message, number one. The dunk contest, the only way to fix the dunk contest is to actually have players in the dunk contest who people know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I shout out to Keyshawn Johnson because he's an Aztec.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
San Diego State. I knew him. No one else did. And that's why viewers weren't watching.
Yeah.
That's why no one cares. No one cares that Chase Richardson is in the dunk contest and his dad had won it, and Jackson Hayes should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
But dunk contest never goes well for anyone 6'11" or above.
Except Dwight
Howard, and that was different. But anybody else, even Sean Kemp had a tough time, and he laid down like a bird.
Yeah.
And jumped from the dotted line. I mean, Jackson Hayes did an in-game dunk. Where was Matt McClung when you needed him?
Well, he dropped his on YouTube.
Right? So, good luck, NBC.
Yeah.
At least the guys played hard.
They play hard. At least, I liked at least their.
And after trending, we can talk about the 1-on-1 or 2v2 or whatever that is. Rubbish.
Yeah. We'll get back to that. But coming up, we got to talk to Aric Armstead, Jacksonville Jaguar defensive end. We'll talk to him in a moment. Right now, Bree's going to get a set on what is trending.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Doing great, Bree.
Okay. So in the Winter Olympics, you guys, the men's hockey quarterfinals, the U.S. survived in overtime. They defeated Sweden 2-1 in overtime on a goal by Quinn Hughes. They'll face Slovakia in the semifinals, while Canada will face Finland. American Michaela Schifrin won the gold medal in the women's slalom for her third gold medal in her entire career. And right now in men's college hoops, Creighton is on top of UConn 29-7, less than 8 minutes to go in the first half. And Arkansas is beating Alabama 39-31, less than 7 minutes to go in the first half. And in the NBA, King stars Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine are both out for the season with injuries. And then also in men's college hoops, Texas Tech junior forward JT Toppin was diagnosed with a season-ending torn ACL. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Bree. It's the Odd Couple, Kelvin Washington. Ephraim Salam in on a Worship Wednesday. Get to Aric Armstead in a minute. Go ahead and get back to we talk about the 1v1 and 2v2s. Your thoughts on that?
I just don't – I think in terms of guys being afraid to be cooked, they get cooked every week on TV. I think there's a different energy around one-on-one basketball. 2v2 wouldn't work. That's just you screening and rolling. It's essentially watching 3-on-3 basketball. With one less person. I think 1v1 could be interesting.
But you think the name guys would do? I believe there's young guys that would do
think name guys, ever since the era of LeBron, I think the All-Star weekend has been diminished. I do. You had guys who were, Hall of Fame guys who were first team All-NBA, All-Stars, literally clamoring to get into the dunk contest. And LeBron, who everybody anticipated him being in the dunk contest, decided he wasn't going to do it ever. And so it kind of really took the punch out of it. LeBron doesn't like to play hard in All-Star games either. So
he did. I think there was a line of demarcation. To your point,
once Kobe and them left, it was over. He was like, I'm not doing that.
Years. I remember,
because he had to.
Yeah.
Because Kobe was good. Don't ever forget the All-Star game where LeBron had the ball at the end, and it was one-on-one, and he passed twice. And Kobe after was like, bro, what are you doing?
That made no sense.
But that was where it died.
I agree.
It died right there.
You can
that
make a documentary on that.
That's where it died. And since then, because LeBron was like, that ain't nothing, then the game has been looked at as like, we good.
That made no sense. Because that's the one.
Everybody ain't got the dog in them like that, man.
You can take that. Like, no one, we cared that you took the shot. We didn't care in the result. You get what I mean? Like, this is I get it, NBA finals or a big game. This is the time to do it. If there's ever a time to try to, get
a dog is a dog, man.
Yeah, I didn't like that. All right, speaking of dogs, we got one on the line right now. Aric Armstead, Jacksonville Jaguars. He is a defensive end for them. And by the way, he is here for Dr. Seuss Enterprises and Creative Minds Publications. They're going to soon be teaming up with the NFL for the 10th annual Tackle Reading event. And this year, He is the 2024 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. He's going to be a spokesperson for them as well. Aric, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us.
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, man. What's popping?
Can't complain.
How you doing, man?
No doubt, man. We got to start here. Beginning of the season, I would imagine maybe some of the fans in the area, people say, here we go. It's not going to be a good season. And then y'all took off and won a bunch of games in a row. Offense got going and obviously getting to the postseason. What was this season like for you and the team?
Huge turnaround. Obviously, flipped our records from 4-13 to 13-4, and there was still adversity, ups and downs, but we found our rhythm and we're playing at a really high level, and there's a lot to look forward to here for sure.
Aric, let me ask you a question. You guys had Travis Hunter with top pick for you guys in the draft. He was known for a tremendous receiver, a DB. For you, as a defensive player and being in training camp with him and spending time with him, where do you see him being the most value? Where can you get the most value out of him, in your opinion?
I think the jury's still out on that. He's just sustained an injury, but if you go back to before he got hurt, he was adding a lot to us on the offensive side of the ball, and then he was playing well on defense too. And so, I think the jury's still out. I think the great thing about him is he would have been a first-round pick at receiver or DB if he just played that position. So we definitely got something there. Just got to get him back on the field, get him healthy, and let things run their course. In any way, he's on the field. He's going to be a game changer for us.
Yeah, I mean, we're interested to see what he's able to do. I want to talk a little bit more about your coach, Liam Cohen. What's he like? How does he get you guys motivated? And obviously, again, what a turnaround when it comes to 4-13 to 13-4.
Man, Liam, he brought that edge. First time head coach, first time doing anything, you want to leave a lasting impression, and he definitely did that. Helping us find our edge, playing with that chip on our shoulder, and going out there and getting things turned around. We felt like, we were disrespected, and in the league, if you want respect, you got to take it. And so he had our minds ready to go each and every game.
Yeah, I know your dad, Gus, man. I grew up in Sacramento, went to Florence High School, and all that.
I already know Big Homie. He was the first. He was the first one of the first ones I knew that made it. When I used to play at Florence, I used to see your jersey up on the wall, and everyone told me about you that you was from Sacramento and you made it to the NFL, so you were a big inspiration for me, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I remember you growing up and watching you play and watching your whole journey, man. I'm proud of you, brother. I really want to say that. A lot of us don't get our flowers until we talking about what we used to do. Mm-hmm. And I really want to say, man, just your whole family, tremendous family, and I'm proud of you and what you've been able to accomplish individually, but as a leader on the team. Jacksonville needed you. I can tell you that, man.
No, I appreciate that. Like I said, Sacktown, we represent, and I appreciate your support. And like I said, man, you paved the way for a lot of us. So just trying to follow in your footsteps.
I appreciate that.
No doubt. Aric Armstead, he was, of course, defensive end for the Jags, joining us now. The odd couple, Kelvin Washington, Ephraim Salam, and for Rob. Man of the Year, 2024, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award for you. Why is that so an important award? And more so than anything, I would imagine even the award, just doing the types of things that will earn you that award. What's that? Why is that important to you?
Man, it's my foundation and everything that my parents raised me to be is a caring, compassionate individual, and I lead with my heart in everything that we do. So it was a no-brainer that I wanted to have impact when I got to the NFL. It just started in a simple way, and we've grown to a national organization now, have an impact all across the country. Me and my wife co-founded our organization back in 2019, and it's a huge passion of ours and something that is going to be here to stay and have an impact for years to come. So, it's just always been within myself to be doing this. But I was really excited to find our lane in the education space and in helping youth thrive and achieve their dreams and be able to explore their passions. So we have a lot of fun doing it.
Hey, stay there for a minute. Tell me a little bit more about what you, Dr. Seuss Enterprises and Creative Minds Publications have, what you guys have going on.
Yeah, so this is their 10th annual Tackle Reading event, which is all about supporting and promoting literacy, especially in youth. And I have the opportunity to go to Lakeside Elementary School here in Jacksonville, which is also, we call it a Thrive School. It's one of our initiatives with the Arms Academic Project, where we enter a school and we have a holistic approach to help them. And so literacy is just one component of that. So we're able to partner with Dr. Seuss, provide books. I'll be reading to the students there, talking about the importance of literacy and hopefully inspiring them and showing how cool reading can be. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that event.
That's tremendous, man. And look, as proud as I am of you on the field, I'm even prouder for the effect you and your family, your wife, are having in the community. As a former player, it was always important, no matter where you play, to go back into that community that welcomed you and leave it better than before you got there. So shout out to that. And you and your family for taking on literacy like that. I do want to get back to football. I got one question for you in football. Where do you see you guys next year? You came out of nowhere. No one expected it. People weren't quite sure what to make of the team. You guys made a hell of a run. Where do you see you guys landing next year? Do you think you guys can compete for a Super Bowl next year?
I think, yeah, we were right there to compete for a Super Bowl this year, and I don't see that changing. Each year brings new challenges, and you can't rest on what you did the previous year, but you can build upon it. You know, you can take confidence into following years. I think the big thing for us is we learned how to win, whether it was pretty or ugly. And now the next step for us is learning how to win playoff games and going on a run and getting in the dance and, seeing where it goes from there. That's all you ask is for opportunity to get in that dance and see what you can do and make some noise. So I definitely see us in the same position again next year.
All right, there you have it, man. Hopefully good things will happen for you and the team. Aric Armstead, congrats on everything you're doing. As Ephraim said, man, we need more of it. So continue doing great things, brother.
Tell the family I said, hey, man.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely, bro.
No doubt. All right, Aric Armstead, you can give him a follow. We got the Tire Rack Play of the Day on the way, plus a league is asking for some things, trying to negotiate. Are they asking for too much? We'll tell you next. It's the Odd Couple, Kelvin Washington, Ephraim in for Rob on a Worship Wednesday, Fox Sports. The videos and the pictures, empty seats. I was there. I do want to ask
Saturday.
you something. I need you to walk me through some of the stuff we saw outwardly since you were in. I do want you to walk me through some.
Saturday, I was just shocked at there was nobody at the concession stands. Nope. And when I say nobody, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
Like, stunningly, could not believe how easy it was to get in.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't buy tickets. Like there were empty seats. There were lights
Folks
on every
were saying
seat.
they outpriced.
Yeah, they outpriced
the average person. Usually there are corporate event type things.
But even people who have money, I just think, like they said, it's not star-studded. They don't, the reputation of it is going to be disappointing. No one's paying $1,000 to sit all the way at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Last year in San Francisco, there were empty seats. Same thing. Too expensive. People are like, I'm not paying $1,000 for a lousy basketball game or events, slam dunk contest with people we don't know. And then the 3-point winner is a guy who hasn't played a minute all year. Dame Dollar, right?
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, come on.
Not gonna lie. All right, you tell me about your experience, and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that was it. I'm gonna say it was lukewarm at best. I really, and I've been covering the NBA since 1987, and I've been to a ton of All-Star games.
Right,
when it used to be the thing.
It was.
Everybody, even if you couldn't get in the game, you just wanted to be around it. The parties in the hotels, you know what I mean? Just to be around it.
I'm going there too because you just touched on something.
But it didn't feel like that, and I'm going to say it's officially dead. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, with a new format, they played a little harder."
Yeah.
Empty seats in San Francisco and now Los Angeles. Bad look for the league.
All right, there's multiple ways to dissect this, right? There's just the entertainment value. Like, did you enjoy it? Then there's what you actually experienced, kind of the in the flesh, the monetary, the seeing it, who's in the venue part of it. So I'm going to speak as a fan of basketball who was going into, as we talked about the last few weeks, pretty pessimistically, just like, So the bad thing I'm going to start with, the West Coast time and them having to bump everything for the what? The Winter Olympics.
Well, but that's NBC's big. It's only every
2 years of winter and then 2 years of summer. Right.
But it's a big deal that they're not going to move for even the NBA.
I get that, but that threw me off. So, for instance, you brought up Saturday.
No,
so Saturday to get a little alert on my phone that was talking about Damian Lillard won 3-point contest when I'm out with my daughter. And I say, wait, what is this, a reminder from a few years ago? What is this?
It happened, right.
So I had to go back and look at that. Like, what the heck was that? So the big downside for me was that everything was so delayed or too early because of being on the West Coast and then, of course, the Olympics. That was the big downside for me. Other than that, I actually think this was as good as it can get, all things considered. Michael Jordan, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Garnett, all that era, they ain't walking through this door. The pre-cell phone, pre-occupied, pre-distracted era, we can't go back. So this was as good as it can get, and specifically a couple of things. One, the 3-point contest, once I reviewed it and once, was able to look at it again, it was very competitive. Guys were locked in, and Devin Booker had a chance to win it, missed some shots, was upset that he missed some shots. So it was cool to see Damian Lillard come off the bench, ain't played all season, and win that. Dunk contest left some to be desired, but I appreciate the effort and the entertainment. My man who won was dancing and having a good time, but you're right. We still need a name or two in him. If it's 4 or 5 guys, everybody
was dancing, but he wasn't dunking. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. He dumped over E40, which was cool, but we still need a star, at least one.
Over E40's height or stomach? Which one was it?
And that's the crazy part. E40 didn't slim down. He is maybe E30 now. He maybe not fully E40. Then I get to the game, Rob, and this was obviously the big thing Sunday. The format you and I have said for probably since the duration of me being on the show now, I wish it was just East versus West. Just, hey, play hard, East versus West. Boom.
Just play like that.
That's how I want it to be. But until we get to that point, I thought the format created some sense of urgency because it's only for this period. So they went in and they play hard. And the best thing happened to me. Protect Wemby at all costs. And we've been saying this, and I've been loud about this. He cares. He was sick he lost in the Olympics. France, they lost. He was sick, crying on the court. He plays both ends. They ask him. He said, when I'm healthy, I'm the best player in the NBA. And he comes out in this All-Star game. I told you I'm taking it serious. And from the jump, he was serious. And Edwards would end up being the MVP. And they asked him, what made you guys play hard?
He was shocked when they said.
He was shocked. Yeah, he was there like, and Edwards, oh, shoot, I'll take it. They asked him, shout out to Timothy Parker. He actually asked him about it. And he said, Wemby setting the tone. So the NBA got the best thing. You got the young guys who play great. You got Kawhi Leonard, who never, ever, ever cares about the spotlight, never cares about the moment.
He was at home and
he was at home. He put on a show, 31 of the 48 points, 11 for 13. You've never seen Kawhi embracing it and going through the legs like that and dunking on people.
But that made total sense being at home. You know what I mean? And
yes.
The whole.
Couple Kelvin Washington, Ephraim Salam, who is in for Rob today. Rob should be back tomorrow, right, Rob G? Thumbs up? Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. That's probably him right now, Alex. You ever been? I know you have. You ever been up to wine country up there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bougie.
You are anti-bouge.
No bouge.
You are kind of bougie, though.
What?
You're sneaky bougie. You're bougie about your stuff.
I'm the low-key
If
bouge.
I came in here with the wrong juice, you would let me have it.
Bougie.
Like, why would you go there?
Wrong fruit.
Yeah, wrong
bougie.
fruit. Yeah.
Bougie.
You are
Yeah.
bougie. Everybody has their thing. Rob G, I don't know. They're all for a different type of old person because he likes old people. He has preferences with old people, or maybe Costco versus what's the other one? What's the other
Sam's Club?
Sam's Club.
Sam's Club.
Do they even have those in LA?
They do.
Yeah, on the outskirts.
Okay. I don't feel like I only see Costco out here.
Costco repping stronger, that's why.
Hey, Aric Armstead, we had a great conversation with him. As you mentioned, his fam doing great things. So congrats to all the stuff he's got going on. You can get that on the podcast in a little bit. And by the way, yes, he showed you some love and said you were the man up there in Sacktown.
Hey, man. Hey. Somebody
He was referencing jerseys.
Yeah.
We talking football and basketball?
All of them.
Just
all of them. They all hanging up in there, man.
Hockey too?
All of them.
You was out there.
I was athlete of the year my senior year.
Nice, man. Yeah, so we had to show you some love as well. It is now time for your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
Quinn Hughes shoots. He scores! He scores! Quinn Hughes in overtime wins it, and the United States will move on and face Slovakia in the semis.
NBC there, NBC Radio. That is your Tire Rack Play of the Day, brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Of course, NBC has the Winter Olympics. You and I, we got a bunch of TVs on. One of them is on the Olympics. I don't know what sport. I know it's skiing, but I don't know what event I should say. You keep up Winter Olympics at all?
I do. I love competition. I love watching competitive sports. I'm a big fan of Olympics because I love the story behind Olympics. As a storyteller,
that is true. You are a storyteller.
The greatest thing you can get from the Olympics is when you learn about an athlete you had no idea who they were or their story or their circumstance. Then you can, no matter what country, and you can really get behind that. That's the power of storytelling.
Oh, well, no. That, as you know, as a producer, you ain't getting on a game show. You ain't getting on a American Idol, and they want to. Yeah, you can sing, but give me your story. Oh yeah, I came out here. I thought I said no. Give me something. Did your dad leave? Are you missing some toes?
Right.
Did your girlfriend left you? You're not getting on anything unless you have a story. They're gonna find a story. Me and my wife did a game show, and they were like, all right, the whole beginning of it. They were like, all right, so if you win this money as you're going through the interviewing process, what are you gonna do with it? And we were like, oh, yeah, we'll, pay off some debt. Nope.
No, we need something else.
I'm like, I'll give my mom some. Nope. So we had to come up with
we need something else.
Yeah, they need something. We had to come up with, we were like, well, we are going to trace our roots back to Africa. They're like, there we go.
Hilarious.
There we go. And next thing I know, I'm on there like, we would love to. In the background, I'm like, wait. I'm like, where'd that come from? Rousey, where'd they put that music in there? Yeah, y'all producers get carried away with these stories.
No, we have to tell stories. I mean, it's entertainment first. And I think that intersection between athlete and entertainer is getting closer and closer.
Well, we got a conversation about that coming up. Yeah.
Oh, well, absolutely. It's what's in the zeitgeist right now in terms of people are clamoring for more, sports-based content. That's just what it is.
I mean, I'm trying to think what else is. I mean, other than Rob G probably watches these Love Is Blind type shows. Oh yeah, he thumbs up. Look how Rob G, you ain't got that excited on any sports topic in the last 6 months. I say Love Is Blind, 2 thumbs up.
I mean, other than the KD thing, nothing is as messy as Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
And I like messy.
You do like messy.
Messy is good when you're watching. Like, you need messy. You need soap. That's why soap operas run so long.
Man,
you need that level of dysfunction in a show to really captivate. You don't want to watch a show that's everything's great.
The San Antonio Spurs of shows.
Right? Even Ted Lasso, there's some dysfunction there.
Yeah, that was a great show.
You know what I mean?
It was a great
show. As happy as that show is, it's this dysfunction. You need some of that to tell a great story.
Without a doubt. Well, I'm Winter Olympics. I pop in and out. The Washington household, we like figure skating, my wife and the girls, so they get into that a little bit, enjoy it. All right, check it out. NFL player in some trouble. Is there a certain point, Ephraim, when enough is enough? We'll discuss. Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
ESPN, Bruce Meyer has been unanimously elected as executive director of the Major League Major League Baseball Players Association. Meyer had been number 2 at the union and becomes the 6th executive director in the union's history. In the Winter Olympics men's hockey quarterfinals, the United States survived in overtime. They defeated Sweden 2-1 on a goal by Quinn Hughes. USA will face Slovakia in the semifinals, while Canada will face Finland. Medal count-wise, Norway is leading the way with 33, Italy with 26, and USA in the top 3 with 19. In the NBA, Sacramento Kings stars Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine both underwent season-ending surgeries today. In the NFL, the 3-time Pro Bowl offensive lineman Wyatt Teller announced on social media that he will not return to the Cleveland Browns after 7 seasons. In men's college hoops, number 5 UConn and Creighton are tied at 45 at halftime. I'm Brianna Muro.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
That's right. It is the Odd Couple, Kelvin and Ephraim in for Rob on a Worship Wednesday. Coming up in a bit, Antonio Daniels in hour number 2. We're going to talk to him in a little bit. NBA headlines going on. Some ideas been tossed around. We talked about last hour. We can throw them at him, how they what they're trying to do with the All-Star game, and some trades that didn't happen. His thoughts on if that keeps teams in the race for the NBA championship. So we'll talk to AD in a little bit. Looking forward to that. Then at also bottom of the hour, end of the hour, we'll have One's Gotta Go. It's going to be all-time gangster movies.
Oh, wow.
In honor of Robert Duvall, who passed away.
Yeah.
I got a full 95 out of this thing. I'll explain what I mean when we get closer to that. Be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. We're on there right now. You can simulcast and watch us simulcast, and all you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Just look up Odd Couple FSR. Then when you're there, subscribe, like, share, thumbs up, comment, all that good stuff. Rob G may read some of those throughout the day, so we appreciate you rocking with us. All right, Rob G, dang it, I was sitting here around week 5, 6, 7-ish talking about the Chiefs. The turnaround, they're about to get some things going again. They're about to get Rashee Rice back. Worthy will be back, and offense will get going. And they had about 4 games scoring high 20s, 30s. They were looking good again. And it ended up folding for them. But one of the things you could hope for if you were them is saying, at least, hey, we got now hopefully a full season with our guys back. Everybody's healthy in the fold. We can go. Well, who knows what will happen with one Rashee Rice. Some news drops today about him and some allegations of potentially domestic violence.
Yeah, really disappointing story. Now, 48 hours ago, people were already floating the idea of Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that drumbeat is only going to get even louder after the news we got today. Rashee Rice's ex-girlfriend has filed a civil lawsuit alleging that he repeatedly assaulted her during an 18-month span from 2023 to 2025, during which time she was pregnant for a portion of that time. She does have 2 kids with him. According to the lawsuit, Rice grabbed, choked, strangled, pushed, threw, scratched, hit, and headbutted Mrs. Jones, as well as hit her with inanimate objects. As if this wasn't bad enough, flash backward about a year ago, he was already in trouble with the law. You recall, pled guilty to a felony collision involving some serious bodily injury. He was going 119 miles an hour. He caused a serious crash, a lot of injuries to people, sentenced 30 days in jail, 5 years probation. Ultimately got suspended by the NFL, came back. We'll see what happens, but it's not looking good for the Chiefs wide receiver.
Well, I would add to that, Rob G. And Ephraim, I think this is an important part, too. She didn't just the allegation. She put pictures up. So she dropped.
She had the Instagram.
She dropped a whole
before,
Instagram slide of them. So the reason I bring that up, Ephraim, is because we have this thing in sports and entertainment where, and we should, right? These are all allegations. You want to give everyone a due process,
right,
and innocent until proven guilty, without a doubt. But also, sometimes you can hear things and then you see things, right? And we get the video of things and you could change it, like, oh shoot, I see it now.
Mm-hmm.
We literally saw someone hitting her. We saw this, we saw the accident, we saw the gun being pulled out, whatever it may be. Oftentimes that changes things. So her dropping these pictures saying, I've tried, I'm tired of hiding. trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, make him look good. I'm tired of, trying to hide this information. She just said, I want it all out there. I want the truth to be told. I'm scared for myself and my children. So a couple things. Number one, this is obviously, I'm going to operate off this being allegations we don't know. But what I will say is this is disheartening when it becomes a pattern.
Yes.
When this isn't a one-time random of thing, a he say, she say. When this becomes a pattern of bad decisions, pattern of, issues, now we got something. And again, this isn't over a 15-year career, okay, two things happen.
Mm-hmm.
This is a short career, a couple of years, 2-3 years in now, and we're having issues. So that's the first thing where I'm concerned if I'm a part of the Chiefs franchise. Also, Ephraim, the crazy part about this is Rob G goes, well, that's why people now really might be thinking about bringing Tyreek Hill in. Well, there's a bunch of issues there with Tyreek Hill. And so one of the things, and I'm going to say this, and then I want you to kind of weigh in as somebody who played so many years in the NFL. I don't know where there's a line of obligation and then also responsibility. What I mean is I don't know a part where a team is obligated and or responsible to help the man, not just to cover it up, NFLPA. All right, it was 4-game suspension. Let's get you down to 2 and just kind of wipe our hands clean and move on. At a certain point, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to grow up. You have to mature. But I do wonder if in sports we have this thing where you're about 13, 14, and we've seen it. It's been documented. Sometimes people just keep getting away with things because they're good. We kind of turn a blind eye to certain things because that boy can jump. Oh, man, he's fast. Oh, boy, he can throw.
He can catch.
He can catch in this case. And we just kind of keep pushing past or trying to minimize the noise around it. Let's get this under control. Or let's also minimize the damage. All right, fine, he's getting caught for this, but instead of 6 games, let's drop it to 2 or 3, move on, back to football, back to basketball, back to baseball, back to whatever it may be. And I'm wondering at a certain point, is there developing the person, helping to evolve the human, the man, the person, versus just he's good at catching, in his case, football. And also, what point is there responsibility for the organization? Like, yo, we don't want to just get you back out there. We want to also help you, the man. Clearly, there's probably some challenges, some things that happen in your life. Can we help you evolve, get therapy, and grow? So that's point. But first and foremost, the accountability falls on the person. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. Then also, the last part where I want you to jump in, Ephraim. When is enough is enough? Is there certain things where an NFL team goes, all right, I can't continue to give you chances with that? Because one thing I've seen is that the NFL is open to anything except for what Colin Kaepernick did. That was the one thing where they said, well, that's too much. Because we've seen guys getting coupled using drugs, selling drugs, allegedly beating women and domestic violence, kids. We've seen it. Getting caught saying the N-word in Riley Cooper. We've seen Dante Stallworth tragically, unfortunately, drunk driving thing kills someone. All of that can get you back in, except with Colin Kaepernick league. So I wonder if there's a point when the league says, all right, that's too many things, that's too much. We're out on you despite your talent.
First off, you have to be accountable for your own actions.
Agreed.
Whether you're a professional football player, basketball player, doctor, lawyer, radio host.
Mm-hmm.
As an adult, you must be accountable for your actions.
Right.
So I'm holding him accountable. The courts are going to hold him accountable. If this is proven to be true, shame on him. And if it is proven to be true, I know it's a civil case which has no
criminal
consequences, but the NFL has to really pay attention to this case and what's going on in it, because they're going to have to set a real precedent.
Mm-hmm.
He's already been suspended, what was he, 8 games?
6 games.
6 games. And so the next suspension is the season. But with that has to be therapy, has to be anger management, has to be all of these things. Now, it's not the team's responsibility to do that for a grown-up. But if it's in the best interest of the team to get this person or this player in a better headspace, not only just for them as a competitor and as an athlete who's going to be there to help them, but if they were to take a stance in it's bigger than football, it's bigger than the job, we're trying to help this young man out in his life.
That's what that's what I was referring to.
There is no excuse, no reason. It's absolutely appalling to physically, put a young woman through that. Allegedly, I guess they're saying, or you should say until proven otherwise. But obviously, this young man has poor decision making. He's already been convicted. He's already served jail time. He's already served suspension in one of the greatest jobs on the planet Earth. If that's not enough, then I don't know what else could happen. You need to take away the thing that, I don't even know if he covets playing in the league if he keeps doing these types of things.
Yeah, it's probably more all I know is this versus I understand
then
how
he needs
grateful
to
I
go
should be.
get some help. And I look, I get it. Everybody has grown up in different backgrounds, different situations. A lot of behaviors learned from when you're a child. You've learned these types of behaviors. You know what you see.
And not to jump in, but and this happened again back in April. Aggravated assault. We don't know who, but again, it was charges.
It's time for him to step away from football and go work on himself.
Punched a photographer in May.
Yep.
So
issues.
There's issues here, and that's why I said, is there a certain point when you go, well, dang it, I know he's talented, dang it, we would love to have him here, but we have to help the human. And obviously, you can't help anybody until they want to be helped. So let me make sure I'm clear on that. We know that comes with addiction, with anything. Until someone finally decides, I need help, I want this help, I'm going to receive this help, you can't do that. But that's where I'm just wondering at a certain point, because clearly there's a cry out for help that may not be in a traditional sense of raising my hand saying I need it, but clearly there's some issues. But yeah, I just see this and I'm like, man, you're so young to have had these issues. And what this shows me, Rob G, is I guarantee you, when you see these types of things, we can go back to college too. Without even
absolutely,
I'm sure we can go back to college.
Absolutely,
and I'm sure we can. And so there's a pattern, and this is where I'm like, man, at some point we got to pause the football and heal the man so that he's not, because not to sound cliche, but hurt people generally hurt people.
So just imagine his two children,
right, because it becomes something cyclical. That's a great point. You want to stop this.
It just keeps going. Mm-hmm. It just keeps going. I saw my dad grab my mom by the neck. I guess that's how you get her to listen to you, right? It's a behavior. As kids, we come into this world as pure as you can be.
Absolutely.
Everything we do from the first breath we take is learned. Every single thing.
Yeah.
So in order to stop the trauma and the legacy of trauma, we have to better ourselves. My job as a dad and as a parent is not to place the trauma I experienced as a kid on my kids. That's how you break the cycle.
Yeah.
Right? You take away the things that made you uncomfortable. You rectify that in your children. And as they get older, you get further and further away from a traumatic past.
You have to acknowledge it, though, because to your
Gotta
point,
recognize
how many
it.
people say grew up in a household with alcoholics and end up becoming one?
Yeah.
Grew up in domestic violence and thought to themselves, man, I would never hit my mom or my woman or this.
It becomes innate. It's a second nature thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just, oh my God, I didn't even.
That's how
I've never
we handle
one time,
stuff.
I've never seen my parents even argue or fight, hit any. I've never one time been in an argument with my wife like, yeah.
Right. It's just not in you.
It's because it's so foreign to me.
100%. I agree. And yet, everybody has their own challenges.
Yep.
Clearly doesn't have to be that. But you have to
He needs some help.
recognize it. But he needs some help. So
and she needs help because she has to unpack the trauma she's gone through.
Allowing this,
with these kids, allegedly.
allowing it, and why am I making being someone's punching bag in this case, or strangling bag, if you will. And so this is where it leads to the larger conversation we can have. Is there a certain point where a team says enough is enough?
Yes.
Is there a certain point where you just kind of go, hey, as long as he ain't guilty, we're going to keep rolling? Because we've seen that in sports. We've seen where teams keep going on and on and on because hey, so-and-so can throw that thing, they can catch, they can dunk, they can swing that bat, so on and so forth. The Chiefs have been guilty of this as well, and that's what conversation will continue on the other side. It is the odd couple, Kelvin Washington, Ephraim Salam, who is in for Rob on a Worship Wednesday. We'll carry that over. It's your boy. Stick with us. Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Yesterday, we were on our way, but November came. Man, I wish it was yesterday.
According to The Athletic, if it is proven that the Los Angeles Clippers circumvented the NBA salary cap to get Kawhi Leonard extra money to come to their team, there are a number of penalties that could be coming their way. Number one, they could be fined up to $7.5 million. Number two, they could be stripped of future draft picks, which now they have some after trading away James Harden and Ivica Zubac. And last but not least, this I guess would be the biggest penalty of them all. They could void Kawhi Leonard's current contract, making him a free agent, and the Los Angeles Clippers would have no ability to re-sign him or bring him back to LA. So guys, if we assume that this investigation leads to what we think it's going to lead to, that is that the Clippers did circumvent the salary cap to get Kawhi Leonard in 2019, what do you think should and would happen?
Well, Rob, I think they're going to have to find a way. If they're going to want to make this a big deal, then they're going to have to void his deal. They're going to have to throw the book. They're going to have to say, you know what? Kawhi Leonard is a Clipper because of said agreement back in the day when he became a Clipper. We're going to have to void that deal. Because if you're trying to really act like you care about it, fines ain't going to do it. Steve Ballmer is one of the richest people, not in America, the world. And saying, hey, $5 million, $7 million fine, that ain't worth it. That ain't going to do nothing because it's worth it. Ultimately, like if a team were to do this, Rob, and let's say, use another team for an example, and I get a championship out of this. Let's say in 2-3 years, somebody did this for Wemby. Hey, Wemby, we'll give you an extra $100 million over a few years because we'll do some commercials, we'll do some ads, and da-da-da-da-da. We'll circumvent the salary cap, find a way to give you $100 million. And then you find us guilty, but you say, hey, we're going to dock you $8 million and a couple picks. Yeah, it's worth it because I got Wemby for the next 7-8 years. So if they really care about this, if it's really a problem that they view it as it is, then they're going to have to throw the book at them. Otherwise, you know what we need? We just need to have the NBA be set up with no salary cap. Major League Soccer or soccer around the world, the Premier Leagues don't have one. You and I just talked about over the last few months, we've talked about how baseball doesn't have one and don't necessarily think they need one. I mean, maybe the NBA should start exploring that. It's a revenue-sharing league, and they might want to just explore that. Hey, what would it look like if we didn't have a salary cap? What would Steph Curry have looked like the last 10 years if he weren't capped at, $30 to $40 to $50 million, $60, whatever it is now? What would LeBron have looked like the last 10, 15 years? Because otherwise, it's absolutely worth the squeeze. That limit is worth the squeeze, Rob, if it's only going to be just a little bit of a fine, and I'm getting a set star player, right? If I'm getting the let's say Cooper Flagg becomes that guy. And all I'm going to get fined is a few $1 million to get Cooper Flagg for a decade. Sign me up. So if they really care, Rob, that's what you do to say you care. Otherwise, wink, they don't care.
Do you know what commissioner you're talking about? Seriously.
Yeah, you're right. You're
okay.
right. I got carried away. I was talking about David Stern.
Yeah, he's gone. I hate to break it to you. He's
right.
He's long
right.
gone.
That's on your boy.
Okay.
That's on your boy.
I can't. Adam Silver is Charmin or a dry dude wipe. I mean, like, really. That's
funny. You are literally the spokesman. At this point, by the way, that's just
I'm the unofficial spokesman. Okay,
you're the official spokesman of Dude Wipe.
Well, I now get it into my conversation now. But you get my point, though, is I don't expect the book to be thrown at them. I don't. It would
be. Do you think, though? They should?
Well, I mean, it just depends because do I think the NBA is as harsh as it is, as Major League Baseball is on players? Like, you know what I mean? No.
Right.
We saw the Astros cheating scandal. Did they take the championship away? Or
still got it? Nobody really got in trouble?
You know, the manager and the GM, they lost their jobs, but nothing else changed. You know what I'm saying? I can't see it. I really can't. Like the death sentence or, oh, my God, Kawhi's got to be a free agent. He can go to any team. He can't play for the Clippers under any circumstance. Here's a $100 million fine. We're going to let other owners know you can't circumvent the cap. You got to make such a harsh penalty, a death sentence, right, in order to get somebody to move. Because you just said it. He's one of the richest people in the world. How much money can you find him where it's going to hurt him? Or he can't find a way of recouping it or some other situation. Or do you know what I mean? So I just – and the commissioner, everything rolls off his back. Like, all right.
Fox Sports Radio. I'm Kelvin Washington, E for Salam, the odd couple. He's in for Rob on this Worship Wednesday, about 7 minutes or so. Hey. We'll talk to Antonio Daniels, NBA champion, Sirius XM NBA Radio. He has all the slashes. Pelicans TV analyst, Fox Sports Radio analyst, dad.
That's AD,
husband.
man. He got it all.
Man, I love AD. Me and Rob G talk about it all the time. He is one of my absolute favorite guests, regulars on the show. He's
really?
great. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite, though?
Don't do that.
I'm just
don't do that.
That's the question. I mean,
it's Worship Wednesday. God is my favorite.
People on
God
YouTube want to know who God actually is.
God is the one and only.
Your favorite.
God is the one and only. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
You should have seen how salty that Dub and Kerry were yesterday when I told him that you put Mike Hill in a movie. And then Kerry wanted to see the video evidence, and he saw it. His eyes just got real dark. Like, man,
I was at home, so he couldn't really see my hate. They couldn't see underneath the table. I was pounding stuff. I'm like, what? I said, I've known Ephraim for a long time now.
He asked.
And he put him center frame. He didn't put him off in the back. He's like, look,
man.
Michael Ealy's shoulder's going to be here. You're going to be
we got some
dead
stuff.
center.
We got some stuff coming up, man. If you want to act, if you want to.
You already know I want to act.
Okay.
You know that.
You acting the fool now.
I do act a fool, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, I told you before, cast Blair Underwood. I'll be his little brother. We ready to roll.
You right.
The one he got to come rescue. When your brother does what's wrong. Come on, man, I didn't know. And then he got to come save me, man. I already got I see the vision already.
Do you cuss?
Oh, real life, no. Movie? Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure you sometimes,
No, I'm ready to do that.
All right.
All right, so check this out. If you missed any of today's show, by the way, you can always check out the podcast. Rob G's going to get that up for us in a little bit. We'll have the best of version. We'll have the full version if you want to catch the whole thing. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR wherever you find your podcast. Search Odd Couple. You'll find it. Take a listen. Rate it 5 stars, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. Real quick, going back to, again, for those who maybe didn't hear, Rashee Rice, the mother of his children, has put out that she has been dealing with abuse over the last couple of years. She put out pictures, the whole nine. Look at me, camera. Heavy on allegations and alleged. We don't want to make sure, this is alleged. But with that being said, I go back to you. You played 13 years in the league. When does a league say, all right, that's too much? Because we seen, what's my man, Rob G, Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman, was Greg Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly throwing girlfriend on a pile of guns, had a bunch of issues, just drama after drama. Guess what he did? Get picked right back up. We've seen this happen again and again. You name the sport, it happens. And it's almost like until, whether it be criminally they're forced to, or if the public outcry is loud enough.
Right.
And oftentimes that's coupled with, oh, he ain't catching the ball as good anymore. Now we don't want him. Or he ain't scoring like he used to. Now we don't want him. But General Manager Salam, how are you handling this?
Is your talent worth the headache?
That therein lies the question.
But you also have to ask yourself, as a GM, as a coach, do you see progress? Do you see – now, he has a list of things.
I mean, Mike, we just went over the last less than a year.
So there is no progress. So now, are you an enabler? Are you enabling him to continue to be a menace, not only to women but in society?
And to
almost
himself.
Killed somebody in the car, almost killed him, going 119 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
With excess, in terms of financial excess, people who don't have a firm grip on reality, you don't all of a sudden get it. Right? If you don't have a firm grip on reality and you get a bunch of money, you don't hunker down and be like, oh, I'm just going to – no.
It exasperates
you get it more excessive, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing an escalation of behavior with a disregard for other safety. I have two boys. I'm raising them to be men, not grown boys. And so, allegedly, all of these things are happening, but he's already been convicted of things that he's done, and the judgments he's made that have been poor, and obviously he hasn't been learning from them because once you get in trouble, what do? You're like, oh, I'm good.
I don't want to do that anymore.
No, I'm cool. Right? So you go out of your way to change your habits, the circles you run in, the things that you do. When you don't care, you don't care. And that's where I am with it right now. Look, I as someone who played for a long time in the NFL, it was a privilege. It was an honor to play in the league. Everybody doesn't get to be there. Less than 0.1% of the world's population can do it. If you happen to be one of those 0.1, you got to earn it and you have to maintain that trust. And when you break it and you continue, when you're a habitual line crosser, then it's time to go work on yourself.
Yeah. And again, I look at this too. Rob G and I were talking about it earlier. Patrick Mahomes has to be the one in the middle of this as far as, and I'm making it as if it's all on him, but what I mean is you got to look at it like, great, my guy's coming back, or hopefully I'll get healthy. Bang, now you got to deal with this where you don't know what may happen, what may come of this. Then you're talking about, possibly bringing in a guy like Tyreek Hill who comes along with his own baggage. So I know he has to be like, man, the inconsistency.
That's a grenade.
Yeah.
Putting that level of character in a room is like pulling the pin at the beginning of the season and rolling the grenade in the room. You know it's going to blow up. You know there will be an explosion. You just don't know when.
Who jumps on the grenade, though? And does Andy Reid jump on the grenade?
Andy Reid ain't jumping on no grenade.
Did you see Andy Reid and jumping don't go together? Don't act like you didn't see him do the kick pass punt when he was a kid.
What I'm telling you is that's not about to happen.
He was a giant out there. They were like, 12-year-old Andy Reid. I'm looking at
12 years
that
old.
That man is 32 out there, whoever y'all trying to convince me is 12.
Man drove to the stadium.
AD on the way. We'll talk some NBA with Antonio Daniels right now. Bree's going to get you set on what is trending. Hey, Bree.
What's up, Guys, okay, so just actually announced about 20 minutes ago. According to Jeff Passan of ESPN, Bruce Meyer has been unanimously elected as executive director of the MLB Players Association.
Good luck.
Replacing Tony Clark yesterday. That whole controversy, creepy kind of sister-in-law. Who knows real details about that? Yeah, I know. I see Calvin's face.
Well, because it's one thing, some other extracurricular activities. The sister-in-law,
and she was on payroll.
On payroll.
Good Lord.
I told old boy in Michigan, hold my beer.
A little creepy. What's not creepy in the Winter Olympics, the men's hockey quarterfinals, the United States survived in overtime. They defeated Sweden 2-1 on a goal by Quinn Hughes. USA will face Slovakia in the semifinals, while Canada will face Finland. Medal count-wise, Norway is leading the way with 33 medals, Italy with 26, and USA is in the top 3 with 19. Currently right now in men's college hoops, number 5 UConn edging Creighton 63-61, less than 12 minutes to go in the second half. And number 20, Arkansas beating Alabama 75-66, 12 minutes left to go in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brie. Appreciate it. It's the Odd Couple.
Thanks, Brie.
Kelvin Washington, in for Salam on a Worship Wednesday. He is, of course, in for Rob. And we are joined now by our man, hardest working man in show business, Antonio Daniels, NBA champ, Sirius XM NBA Radio, Pelicans TV analyst, Fox Sports Radio, NBA analyst as well. A. Daniels 33. I'm out of breath saying all the stuff that this man does. Hardest working man. What up, AD?
What's up, fellas?
What's happening, man?
All right, AD.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, great to always have you on like we do every week. I got to start here just because we talked to you last week going into the NBA All-Star Weekend. Haven't had a chance to talk to you since. Of course, it was this past weekend. Your thoughts, your initial thoughts between all the stuff you saw, the games, the new format, dunk contest, three-point contest, whatever else you wanted to say that you, had some thoughts on.
Okay, so here's the thing. First and foremost, everybody, no disrespect to all the other events, right? No disrespect to Saturday night, to the skills challenge, and to the three-point shootout, and to the dunk contest. Everybody was really fixated on the All-Star game. And to see, okay, is this going to be any different? And I tell you, fellas, I have no problem saying the NBA got it right. They got it right. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last.
Right.
But I know for this particular All-Star game, right, the All-Star game of 2026, they hit a home run with it. They got it right. Plain and simple. So we can sit here and we can pick apart all of the past All-Star games that didn't work out and guys aren't playing hard and so on and so forth. I had no problem with 3 of those 4 quarters being awesome and entertaining basketball.
I agree. That's the same thing I said that following Monday earlier this week. I said the same thing to Rob, that the NBA, and I'll throw this one at you, E, too. I thought it was perfect in that Wemby kind of came away as a face, mad that he didn't make the shot to tie it, sick that he lost back in the Olympics. I like that Wemby cares so much when his team loses, when he doesn't perform well. I thought that was great.
Well, he set the tone.
Exactly.
He set the tone in the press conference. And look, the Saturday night aspect, and you're absolutely right. All we wanted guys to do are the best players in the world compete. That's it.
Right.
It's not rocket science. It's not, we got to change it. It's no, actually go out there and compete. And I think the NBA got it right when they put the world component to it, because now that's bragging rights. You're just coming off the Olympics, and the U.S. did they had to use everything to win that gold medal. The world is getting closer in basketball. There hasn't been an American-born MVP in 8 years, 9 years in the NBA. But I want to –
okay.
Go ahead.
But let me ask you guys a question, though.
Yes.
There hasn't been an American MVP, American-born MVP in the last 8 or 9 years. But let me ask you a question. Is it possible for a foreign-born player to be the face of the league?
Oh, well, yeah. It is.
Well, okay.
And
what does that consist of? Because Nikola Jokic has been the best player in the league. Giannis has been the best player in the league. Joel Embiid's been the best player in the league. But none of those guys have ever been the face.
You're absolutely right.
I think you're about to say who.
There's a kid right now who's taking the world literally by storm, because there is no other person on the planet like him, and that's Victor Wembanyama.
He's the one.
He can 100% carry the league and be the face of the league. It's going to happen naturally, and I'm going to tell you this. and you know basketball, AD. You know this. You've played at a high level. You've seen players play. If Victor Wembanyama stays healthy,
Agreed.
He will be the best player to ever play in the NBA.
I've been saying that.
I'm talking about ever.
I cannot agree with you more. I cannot agree with you more.
And so with that knowledge and him getting better every year, he will just become the face of the league, because now this is a copycat league. You can't just go find a 7'5" teenager who has his skill set.
That's the thing right there.
But everybody was looking for another LeBron. It was no other LeBron. Right? Like you get the clone of Jordan with Kobe, just in terms of mentality and work ethic. But once you start getting into the physicality of these players, Victor Wembanyama is going to be a problem for a long time if this young man stays healthy.
That's his only nemesis, is health.
And that's the thing, though, because when you look at his health, I've always said that, and I cannot agree with you more. If you can go to settings, scroll over, go down to injuries, and turn them off, he will be the best player to ever touch a basketball. But that's not how the NBA works.
True.
And the thing is, he's one-on-one in the history of the sport. So when you think of guys that are his size throughout the history of basketball, the Sean Bradleys, the Yao Mings, the Mark Eatons, the Manute Bowles, those guys didn't move like Victor Wembanyama, and all of them had issues staying healthy. Every one of them had issues staying healthy and staying on the floor for a consistent amount of time. And Victor Wembanyama, when it's all said and done, will play more minutes and average more minutes than all those guys. The biggest question with him is, can his body withhold? Can his body hold up to 10, 15 years of 82 games or 70 to 75 games or 60 to 65 games of 30, 32 minutes a night?
I think they only, and you're right, I think when Giannis came into the league and people were looking at his frame and what his frame looks like now Victor is a little bit, about 7 inches taller than Giannis.
Crazy.
But he's still a kid. Once he becomes an actual man, an adult, his body will settle in, and he has a shot, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I agree.
I think it's great. Let me ask you a question. As our resident Pelican guy, analyst, why won't Zion get in the dunk contest?
No, it ain't happening.
Why can't he say? Why won't he save Saturday night?
I don't know, because the thing is, guys have never done it. So we discussed this on my Sirius XM show today. Think about this. So I'm gonna ask you guys the same question I asked my co-host about the dunk contest. Who was the last superstar to actually get in the dunk contest that's not 7 foot?
And the only reason why I hesitated was because he was a rookie, I believe, then, but we knew who he was. Blake Griffin, was that his first or second year? That's the last maybe mega name I can think of.
Okay, and what year was that?
Probably 2011-ish.
It's a long time ago.
Something like that, give or take.
So we're talking about over a decade ago.
Yep, absolutely.
And before that, it's probably Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
Before that.
And he wasn't even a superstar. He was like, I was like his first or second year.
This is something guys have never done. Outside of Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins doing it like when they were at their prime, guys have never done this. Because you can talk about, think about how much you would love to
Wait,
see,
hold on, AD. I got to push back. Hold on, I got to push back. Dwight Howard did it multiple times. He was an all-star.
Again, it's different when a 7-footer does it.
Hold on. I still got some guys. Jason Richardson was one. He wasn't a superstar, but he was
Jason Richardson was never a superstar.
Vince Carter was.
But not a superstar.
Vince Carter was a superstar.
Yep, there's one.
The Jet, Kenny the Jet.
Well, no, he wasn't a superstar. But hold on, I'll give you this. I'll give you the superstar. But there have been guys who were stars or who were big time names. Maybe not the top 10 player. And so Zion, first of all, Zion ain't a top 10 player. Let's not act like he.
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm talking about guys like when you heard them in the contest. Like if Anthony Edwards, John Morant, and Zion got in the contest. Can you imagine what the ambiance would be like?
It'd be the best one we've seen since 88.
But we had some guys. Vince, Steve Francis, Tracy McGrady all in one.
A lot of this comes back to social media.
That's
and
the issue.
To a certain degree, I can understand why guys don't do it. James Richardson went viral for the wrong reason, just for being in a dunk contest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it comes to a point where guys get tired of putting themselves out there to be ridiculed and criticized for this and that. So I get it.
Well, that's the business you sign up for, though, right? I mean, as a professional athlete.
No, because the question is they haven't signed up for it. That's why they're not doing it.
Well, you can get criticized for going 3 for 12 from three-point line or 0 for 9 from the free throw line.
The difference in the two is one of them you have to do. One of them is your job. One of them's an obligation. The other one you don't have to do.
Well,
one of them you can say, you know what, I'm good on this. Y'all can have that, but I got to show up and still play.
And I think,
Sometimes.
too, traditionally, that you both play professionally, that you're used to the reporter saying something negative in the newspaper, or Rob and Kelvin and Ephraim talking about on the radio. You're not used to, it's a tough game, tough loss, you fall in a dunk contest. You open up your phone and you got 100 million alerts roasting you.
Yep.
That's a whole different brain, psychological thing. Real quick, I want to ask you one actual hoop thing moving to the latter portion of the season. James Harden, one of the bigger names who moved. He was out with the Cavs, win a few games before the break there. Are you buying the Cavs as being able to jump back up in there, be contenders to the Pistons, maybe the Knicks? Right now I think they're 7 games behind the Pistons.
In the regular season, yeah. Because the honeymoon phase is always fun. We know that. Any of us that's been married, the honeymoon phase is fun. It's awesome. But it comes a point where the honeymoon phase ends and the playoffs start. And I'm like, am I comfortable right now putting the Cleveland Cavaliers up there with the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks? Right now, I'm not. They can prove me wrong. They can 100% prove me wrong. Right now, they're in a honeymoon phase as everything is great. We've seen James Harden do this before when he went to Brooklyn. Say, I'll take a step back. I'll be a facilitator. I'll allow Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and Donovan Mitchell to do their thing. I get it. I'm on board. But when the playoffs start, I want to see how that continues.
All right. I think a lot of people feel the same way because we know Harden in his postseason antics. They've not been great, for sure, for how great he is. AD, appreciate it as always, man. Thanks you
AD.
so much.
Appreciate you, brother.
For sure. You have a blessed night, fellas.
No doubt.
too,
You too. All right, one's got to go in honor of Robert Duvall, who passed away. We're going to do, of course, one of his biggest roles, play Tom and Godfather. So we can do some gangster movies. One of them gots to go. And we'll do it next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before I knew. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the Hall of Shame. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing.
Yeah, I don't know if this is breaking news because he's kind of been done for a few months now at this point, but it is official, like a referee with the whistle. Chris Paul has retired from the NBA after 21 seasons. He was famously sent home by the Los Angeles Clippers at the end of last year because he was beefing with Ty Lue, wasn't speaking to him. They had just had enough to hear with him, so they sent him home. They traded him unceremoniously to the Raptors about a week and a half ago. The Raptors tried to reroute him. They couldn't, so they waived him, and then Chris Paul was like, you know what, rather than hang on for whatever last 25 games of the season, let me just call it a career. CP3, the point guard, retired.
And, Kelvin, at this point, there's ways of going out 21 years in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And, we always talk about it. Is it good luck or good riddance? For Chris Paul, I think it's good riddance. Stuck around too long. The way he was dumped in a place that, this, Lob City, and he had all this love. He was coming back to go out a certain way, right, and have people feel good about him and all that. He lost that because of whatever shenanigans that he did with the Clippers to turn people off to him. And I'm just being honest. I've covered the league for a long time. We know what a player he is, but he rubbed people the wrong way along the way. And that's a long road, 21 NBA seasons. And what happens is people put up with a lot of stuff when you can play and make a difference, right? As soon as you can't do that, those days are over. People aren't going to put up with the rubbing people the wrong way, treating people a certain way or whatnot. And I think that's why the Clippers, the middle of the night, they had to fly in. Remember that, right? The middle of the night to tell him to pack his bags and get out of here. I mean, that speaks volumes, especially for a guy who played in the organization for a long time, had some success, put that organization with Lob City on the map in NBA America, and that's the way it ended. So that's on Chris Paul.
I put it like this. Chris Paul is, let's say he had 21 years. I'm going to split it up into 20. Let's say it's 10 and 10. He is the most interesting of his peers, if you will, in that LeBron, we already know. He's number 1, number 2, number 3, wherever you place him. But we already know his greatness. You already know his Steph. We already say greatest shooter of all time, one of the best players. Like, you kind of know Steph's. He got a bunch of rings. You kind of know where he is, so on and so forth. Dwayne Wade's got a few rings. You kind of can place people in certain places. Chris Paul, the reason why Rob G just said point guard, because he was the first person we started to call the point guard, right? You had Magic.
I heard that a long time ago.
You had other great point guards. But he was the one we really started to say that with. He was the first 10 years, he couldn't been more lovable, right? He's the small guy that's playing great in New Orleans. And in turn, Oklahoma City, because they had, the whole Hurricane Katrina, so on and so forth. Then he's the guy that comes to Lob City. And they're great, they're fun, they're entertaining, they're the sexy pick for a handful of seasons to win it all. He has one of the best campaigns for an athlete commercial-wise with the Cliff Paul and the State Farm. So he's that guy. He's perennial all-star. He's finishing in the top 3 for MVP a couple of times. And you're like, wow, he's that guy. One thing started to change when he and that Lob City team started to fail in the postseason, and not just fail like, we couldn't get it done, but collapse, right? They started to give up leads in series. They started to have epic choke jobs. Things started to change about him then. In the last 10 years, to your point, it went from lovable Chris and Cliff Paul, Lob Cities, commercials, one of the best passers in the league, one of the best players, to, man, do they choke. Man, is he always injured. Man, they always come up short. Man, he became a journeyman. Dang, he's a dirty player. Man, he doesn't get along with his teammates. I wonder why he's always leaving these places. And it's just been interesting to see the two split. Like I said, if you go the first 10 or so years and the last 10 or so years of Chris Paul, it has been remarkable to witness, and he's been spectacular. He ranks number 2 all time in both assists and steals. He's the first player with 20,000 points, 10,000 assists, and he's just had a very decorated career. But for me, to see him go from just loved and respected and one of the right up there with his peers and the LeBrons, the D Wades, those guys, KDs, to now kind of becoming an afterthought has been shocking to me. He was one of my favorite players to watch. He always made teams better, but there always, to your point, would be some weird riff with teams, it seemed, at the end. Like, it would start off good, they'd win, they'd be successful, then it would end badly. So I think as time gets away, we'll be more reflective on his career and how great he was. It is the Odd Couple. Kelvin Washington, Rob Parker's out with my man Ephraim Salam is in on his Worship Wednesday. Shout out to AD. Antonio Daniels just joined us. Rob G. We'll get that on the podcast. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. It is now time for One's Gotta Go.
Hard decisions. So 5's a crowd. Is that what I'm gleaning here? 5's an uneven number. Figure it out.
Hear me out. One gotta go.
Hear me out. All right, so One's Gotta Go. And this one, as I mentioned earlier, Ephraim, and you're a movie guy, you're an entertainment guy, as somebody who does all this content, creates shows, and all that good stuff, movies. Thought this would be perfect since we knew we had you in. So God bless dead. Robert Duvall, amazing career, 95 years young, did a billion movies. But he played Tom, the lawyer for the Corleone family.
Yes.
And, of course, The Godfather, that was one of his signature roles through those two films, Godfather 1, Godfather Part 2. So I got to thinking, if that's one of the most notable films for him where he's known, what if we do One's Got to Go mobster/gangster film edition? All right? Now, Bree's already bucked her eyes. Bree, if
she hasn't seen any of these movies.
She's maybe one or two.
You know what?
Alex, I think, has seen most, maybe not all. He might have seen all. Elijah, you can just thumbs up or shake the camera or something that we know you're in on this. Elijah, who? Never heard of him. Rob G, I'm pretty confident has seen all of these. You, as well, can jump in and reach out to us on socials. You can reach out to myself, K-Dub Live, Ephraim Salam. You can let us know which one you would say has to go. All right, so here's the list. Godfather, I'm counting that as Godfather 1 and 2. Because obviously he played in that. But then aside from the movie he was in, we have Casino. We have Heat. I'm counting that. Goodfellas and Scarface. That's a tough list. This is a painful list, the idea that one of these has to go. So I read the list again. Bo, what are you shaking your hair for, Bo? Scarface, Goodfellas, Heat, Casino, and Godfather.
He did the Rob Parker. He said that's easy.
Okay, well then Bo, go get a mic. Bo, your sense is so easy. You're Rob Parker. Bo, one of the producers here, you set it off then. Which one is so easy and it has to go?
Scarface. No question. It's the easiest.
Really?
Said what now?
Yeah, he said that way too easy.
Good
Scarface?
Lord.
Every rapper over the last 40 years just wanted to have a word with you. All right, Scarface is easy for you. Bree, Rob G, Alex, Ephraim, you can jump into which one?
I would say Scarface as well. Also, just because that's the one movie I haven't seen, and I liked everything else.
You've never seen Scarface.
I've never seen Scarface, but I've seen everything else.
Okay.
So does
all right.
it not matter?
Maybe we'll put that to the side then for you.
Okay. Good.
What one would have to go?
Heat would be the second one.
Go outside and sit in the car.
Okay. Al Pacino, yada. Okay.
Yada, the Scarface.
Okay.
Yada.
Heat would be my
Say
second.
hello to my little friend.
Wild.
Heat would be the second one. That's the one I would cross off.
By the way, we got a lot of the same guy. Al Pacino's in Scarface, Al Pacino's in this, Robert
That's
De Niro's
what they
in
do.
like
That's,
that. Yeah. Joe Pesci, shout out to he might be the MVP of all of those films. All right, Rob G.
Scarface. This one's easy. Oh, God.
You better not say Scarface.
Scarface got to go. Oh, God. It is the worst accent in cinematic history.
That's okay.
Not a single Cuban man sounds like that.
You think so?
Yes, I do think so.
That's okay.
Okay. That's
and I don't smoke yayo or snort yayo.
I'll see you after the show.
That's pretty good.
I'll come see you.
All right, come on.
You tell me to my face, okay?
That's good.
I was at Sundance.
That's
Give
okay.
me a good answer.
Yeah, I can't
man, we all had
right.
choices, man. We all
And we almost went a full 2 hours without that.
Uh-huh.
All right, what did you got?
Should have tried harder in
I'm
high
interested
school.
in this because Scarface is getting easily eliminated. Look at the list again. Read it off one more time.
Godfather, Casino, Heat, Goodfellas, and Scarface.
Oof. Are you making this a sweep right now?
Casino.
Casino. Why?
See, Casino and Goodfellas the same movie.
So, okay.
Tell me I'm lying.
They are not.
Tell me I'm lying.
Uh-huh.
Tell me I'm lying.
Fatale and Traffic are the same movie. Kelvin, did you know that?
No. I'm going to tell you why. Watch this. Is it a brother thing? Because I would have said Casino, and I love Casino.
Casino's amazing. Casino's amazing.
And it's a great, no. It gets 30 minutes out of me anytime it's on. However, Godfather, we know that ain't going nowhere. Goodfellas, we know that might be the best. Those are competing for the best.
Come on.
And Heat is so unique and different.
Bro, Heat is.
And Scarface, I don't know. That's just a cultural thing for me. Like I
You
think
guys know who Dante Spinotti is?
Who's that?
He's a Oscar-nominated, multiple Oscar-nominated cinematographer. He was a cinematographer on Heat.
Okay. Some great stuff. Great shots.
You want to know why our movies look so good in the theater?
That's who shoots your stuff?
Because that's who our cinematographer is.
Look at that. Everybody got choices, Rob G.
We all got choices.
Player. Elijah, which one for you?
That's okay.
You can just say it and then Rob G will tell if you don't want to get up. Which one? Did he just say The Godfather?
Oh, my God.
Hey, Elijah.
He went full LeBron James.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
I can't
God.
even. This
I
is
can't
Worship
breathe. He never
Wednesday,
got
and you in
past
here
page
blaspheming.
Wait, look at me, Elijah.
He never even seen.
Look at my face. I'm trying to see if you're
Elijah, have
trolling
you
or
ever seen
serious?
Godfather?
You got a few seconds.
He's
here,
never
Elijah.
seen it. he probably just stopped. He probably watched 3 before he watched
They're
1.
nowhere near exciting. Nowhere near exciting is
I love it.
Yeah. The rest are all better.
Get these takes off.
How are we supposed to do another hour of radio when we're both about to walk out the studio? It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In men's college basketball, number 5, UConn looks to be in trouble at Creighton.
Graves down the floor. Graves does not have numbers. Gets it to Schwartz. Schwartz spinning in. Layup. Good! Oh, what a play by Austin Schwartz. Dancing past Alex Caravan. Jays by 5. Timeout Dan Hurley. Holy Toledo. What a play by Austin Schwartz.
16:20 the zone on the call. Creighton 77, number 5 UConn 68. 3.5 minutes left to go in the second half. Number 25 Alabama 93. On top of number 20, Arkansas, 90. A minute left to go in the second half there. In the Winter Olympics men's hockey quarterfinals, the United States survived in overtime. They defeated Sweden 2-1 on a goal by Quinn Hughes. USA will face Slovakia in the semifinals, while Canada will face Finland. I'm Brianna Muro.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Our number 3, the Odd Couple,
Number
Kelvin
3.
Washington. Number 3. Ephraim is in for Rob. Rob will be back tomorrow. Great show thus far. With the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us in all your Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. All you got to do is search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. Be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app so it'll always pop up at the top of your screen. We still have last call on the way. We still got to talk a little bit more about Luka and the Lakers. We'll do that coming up a little bit as well. But, Ephraim, want to talk about there's a new fight, if that's what they're calling it, coming up, Rob G. It's one thing to have an old geezer in one of them, like one of the participants. But at this point, they're both geezers. And not to mention, we're talking like near 100-pound difference between the two legends. Tell them who I'm talking about, Rob G.
Hey, look, man, you know I love old people doing stuff. That's like my thing.
That is your thing.
It's like my untapped genre in the world of cinema. But when you have a combined age of the fighters of 107 years old, you might want to pump the brakes a little bit.
And no, anti-lock brake. Pull that thing. Emergency brake.
Iron Mike Tyson, at the age of 59, according to Ring Magazine, will fight Floyd Money Mayweather, at the age of 48, this April the 25th, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They're calling it Rumble in the Jungle Part 2.
Oh, God.
Patent pending. We'll see if they can get that cleared.
They're not going to get that.
But we're all very excited to see Tyson Mayweather this spring.
Are we?
Who is this we speak of?
I mean, us peoples.
Okay. Well, don't put me up in this. I'm tired of it, Ephraim. Tired. You said Iron Mike Tyson. Maybe ironing. He should be at home ironing.
That's funny. Ironing Mike Tyson.
He needs to be at home ironing,
Bet
quilting.
you wouldn't say that to his face.
How much distance do I have? Like a look, like between
right where I'm sitting.
No, I wouldn't say it to his face. I mean, he kind of takes a joke now.
Kelvin,
like,
what,
are we smoking weed?
What'd you
Not
say?
weed, but like him, he's one of that's what he does on his Hot Box podcast.
Yeah, I don't appreciate you. You talking to me. I don't appreciate.
Give me a little more thuth in it.
There
you go. There you go.
I don't appreciate the way
Alex.
you
Is Alex in there about to say, "Dang it, I need to turn your station."
I don't appreciate the way you talking.
Nah, I still would be a little
to
nervous.
me.
I can't lie. And that's the problem, Ephraim, is that we think we're going to get that guy, the
say
bulldog.
it to my face.
No, I don't want to say it to his face. And in fact, I do want to say it to his face at a podcast because I like the podcasting. He's very thoughtful, very intellectual. He's been through a lot. That's the best version. That's what this new enlightened version of him I like. I don't need him walking around in a thong again. Where that becomes the biggest topic of conversation.
Nothing wrong with my butt cheeks.
No, it was that we saw them in the first place. He tried to tell, I used to always be like, well, dang it, we didn't see it, Mike.
Sometimes I like to,
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
Turn off your station.
Listen, ironing Mike, you should be at home quilting, ironing, Smoking weed, that's what you like to do now.
Iron
Podcasting.
you right now.
He would iron me and flatten me out. But hear me out. He ain't flattening nobody out, Ephraim.
No, it's an exhibition.
That's the problem.
They're not going to even try to land punches on each
When
other.
is the last time Floyd Mayweather actually threw a real punch? 10 years, 12 years?
Yeah, it's been a
Something like
long
that?
time.
And so you now have a guy who was biting his gloves in Mike Tyson because he knew, like, I can't punch Jake because that's, we don't want to do that. I probably agree that I won't punch him too hard. And my point is, I'm sick of this. We knew Floyd ain't fought a real fight, and even when he was fighting real fights, y'all were mad because you said he wasn't fighting.
No, he was fighting. He mastered the art of fighting.
But I'm saying, people, he wasn't, middle of the ring, going glove to glove. He was just strategically a scientist. But my point is, we can't keep doing this. And Mike Tyson's 59 years old, I believe. There's just, this isn't a fight. So what are we signing up for the spectacle? Are we signing up for the wild,
because
the crazy?
it's just entertainment, man.
And that's what I have to just accept, that
it's just entertainment.
People now would buy anything.
Yeah, you turn it on, you see it, it's funny, you move on with your life. There's no stakes. You look at Floyd Mayweather, man, and arguably one of the greatest fighters to ever fight. Mm-hmm. And I spent a lot of time with Floyd lately. We, at our company, Hidden Empire Film Group, we have his docuseries, a 4-part docuseries. Yeah,
you were telling me about that.
The GOAT, that we've done. So we've spent quite a bit of time with Floyd the last, 3.5 or so years, and all the found footage, just getting to know him and hearing his story in his words, the way he wanted to tell it. So, it's one thing that we know is Floyd is a showman. He's created, the villain guy who you love to hate and hate to love. And so just, unpacking his life, his upbringing, the things he's gone through, I think the world's going to get a chance to see a different Floyd Mayweather than what the public and what he's put out there. And to his point, he markets the fight. He's a master marketer. And the world's going to get a chance to see a different side of Floyd. And I'm excited for the world to see it.
Well, I'm excited for that, but that's a separate thing. That's in
he's making money.
Right, he is making money. Listen, one thing I tell people all the time. Maybe it was 2000, call it 15, 16-ish. BET Awards were here in LA. They're here every year. And they do these bunch of different stuff the whole week they're here. And they had this thing called Genius Talks. Mm-hmm. And one year, somehow I was in it. I was just at the venue, and next thing I know, I'm sitting literally front row. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Kobe Bryant being interviewed by Jamel Hill. Shout out to Jamel. And then the next guest was, I forgot the person interviewing, but it was Floyd Mayweather. When I tell you I was so impressed with Floyd when they talked about relationships and love, and you got to, I wasn't, I'll pass. You just, they start talking about money and understanding. I don't mean just like I got money. I mean understanding it and understanding marketing and understanding. You might as well have been talking to Warren Buffett. Mm-hmm. And it was so impressive to see. So I agree with that. He understood I'm not about to be beaten and battered and walking out of here, as we unfortunately know, so many boxers, and coming from the Detroit area, there's a handful of boxers that we knew around town, that legends, but when you seen it was like, ooh, few too many punches. And Floyd at some point said, that ain't going to be me or my story.
He mastered the art of not being hit.
And he mastered that from a fighting standpoint, from a marketing. Okay, if I can get away with only fighting once a year, make $100 million in this fight, so be it. And I will forever credit him with that. But now it's interesting, like he is full on, just went full entertainment, full spectacle now. And that's the thing for me where I'm tapped out. But I told Rob G this, the one thing they have for their credit, a lot of these new events, and we have Ronda Rousey participating in one. We haven't heard from her in a long time since she kind of got her, face kicked off.
Man, goodness.
But she's going to be back now. She's got a big fight coming up with Gina Carano. Yep. That's going to be a big fight. And, again, it's the names now, right? So it's Carano and Rousey. It's Mayweather, Tyson. You're buying the nostalgic value of that. Like, I'm if I see 1% of Floyd or Tyson, it was worth it. Because that's just where we are. And I also feel like this boxing has to be like, dang, We just had a great fight with Canelo and Crawford, and we ain't gonna draw no buzz like that.
Where are the other fights? Who's fighting?
I look at Rob G for that. Rob G, you're a
fighting?
boxing connoisseur. Rob G, where's the next big super real fight? Like boxing fight, not
Crawford
spectacle.
Retired. He's like, I'm done. I've done what I needed to do.
Canelo, to his credit, has kind of upheld the sport of the last 5 to 10 years. What's the next big draw? Is there one? Is that the issue? There isn't?
That's part of the reason how you have these fighters, Floyd, Mike, Carano, Rousey, they're filling a void that the fight game just hasn't produced right now. I mean, there's a reason why Canelo versus Crawford was such a big deal. When knowing that coming into it, we talked about it, they're 2.5 weight classes apart. Canelo really had no reason to have this fight coming in, and then now it's like, hey, well, we need something to market. Tank Davis is going to jail, it looks like. Ryan Garcia in and out of PED use.
Issues.
If he don't win on Saturday, like who's next to be marketed? Shakur Stevens is not selling like that.
Let me ask you both this. Are they this, and you too, by the way, get ready to call in here in a little bit. Is this the same fan base? Are the people who are going to watch Tyson Mayweather, and maybe they are, maybe they intersect, the same fan base that wants to watch Tank fight, to watch Stewart fight, to watch Canelo or
they're combat sports fans.
So you think they're the same, or is the Jake Paul fan just a fan? I just want entertainment. That's what I'd be interested to know. Like, do they intersect? Are they separate? Are they the same? I'd be interested in that as well. But yeah, I saw this and I laughed and I was like, man, Mike Tyson. And the money is clearly good at this point because Mike has zero reason to be in there. Like Floyd at least has kind of been the author of this. He kind of got into this right after he got out fighting Conor McGregor, just when he was still close enough to it that you thought, oh, it'll be, and obviously McGregor.
Yeah, you can make $100 million for a fake fight. Why wouldn't you do it?
No, the one thing they have in their favor, this is what I meant to say, Ephraim, is that Kelvin Washington, and I mean this sincerely, would never buy this. But like the recent Jake Paul, what they do is when it's paired up with Netflix, you almost have no excuse. Like, I already pay for Netflix. They're getting my money monthly anyway.
Turn it on.
So just turn it on and see Ronda Rousey and Corona.
Perfect. That's why MMA went to Paramount Plus. Right? This hit you over the head with the pay-per-view on top of your subscriptions, and everybody like, wait a minute.
It's too much.
No, you just turn it on. You turn it on.
Turn it on.
And you can get premium so you don't have to have the breaks and all of that. But no, advertisers are going to flock to those live events. That's the only time you can capture that many eyes is live.
Live, and again, you view it as free because you're already it's not on top.
Yep.
I'm already paying it's $12.99, $29.99, whatever it is. And so you don't look at it as an extra income.
Well, guys, is it as simple as, I know this is like least common denominator, is it just these are names so these are the ones we're going to put you out? Like, that's what we're going to give you. Because the UFC's, what made it great was they gave you all the fights you wanted. Like, way back in the day. Like, you're going to get Rampage versus Chuck Liddell. Like, you're going to get Tito versus, like, you're going to get, the stars are going to fight each other. The problem with that is and this is not fair, but when you see the stars lose, they become less important to a lot of people.
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, exactly. Conor McGregor. Once Conor McGregor lost a couple of times, he was less exciting to people for a while. So now what the UFC, their issue is, and they got the big fight at the White House coming up.
Yep.
They do not currently have a single American champion. And say what you want, but the fight game in particular is a very tribalistic, nationalistic type of sport. That's why you see
when a Mexican fighter
versus an Italian fight or an Irish fighter, it's going to be huge, and you can feel the buzz in the building. And right now, with Canelo on his way out, Bud Crawford says he's retired. Neither one of those sports currently has that crossover star that you are going to tune in to watch. And say what you want about Floyd, if he didn't have the most entertaining fights, he created the persona that people wanted to see, either because you wanted to see him win and be perfect, or most people, I can't wait to see him lose. I'm tired of this guy.
He was the Patrick Mahomes, or if you want to say the Chiefs. You either wanted him to lose or you thought this was the most spectacular thing. Hopefully they win again. All right, 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. You in on this? Not a big deal. It's just entertainment. Is this the new wave, meaning you prefer this than the fights with guys you don't know? And then to Rob G's question, is it because of the name recognition that you're tuning in? 60-year-old Tyson is. Can we got to bring it back a little bit? Wasn't nobody available, Rob G? That was 52, 48. My goodness. 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. 877-99 on Fox. It is the Odd Couple. Kelvin Washington, E from Salam, in for Rob on a Worship Wednesday, Fox Sports Radio.
Dave Roberts was asked about this upcoming season, of course, trying to three-peat, and he said that, quote, we think on paper this is probably the best team we've ever had. And a big reason why he feels that way, not just the addition of Kyle Tucker, not just that, the pitching staff should be whole again for the first time in a couple of seasons, it's because of Showai Otani finally getting back to full-time double duty with the Dodgers. He hasn't done it since he's been there, only did it with the Angels. In fact, Dave Roberts expects that now that Otani is a full, 2 years removed from Tommy John surgery, that Shohei should be in the thick of the Cy Young race. He's already a multiple-time MVP. He's got a couple of World Series. Now we're going to add a Cy Young to the list, guys. What can't this guy do, Kelvin Washington?
Nothing. He does it all. And the best part about it, I'm getting ready to sit next to Rob Parker. And Rob is going to be mad because Shohei is finally going to do what we've been waiting on him to do. Is restrictions are gone, Rob. The shackles are gone. The babysitting is gone. We get to see the full outing if it's supposed to be 7 or 8. If it's a complete game, we get to see what the Shohei experiment really can be at its greatest, specifically as a Dodger, not an Angel, because there's different branding, there's different marketing, there's different eyes when you're a Dodger. And so far, for the most part, he has lived up to the hype and some. Since he's been a Dodger, all he has known is getting World Series rings. He got 2 of them now. And it's going to be interesting and amazing to see this upcoming season the full scale of Shohei, Rob, where we might get 40, 45, 50 home runs, 20, 25, 30 stolen bases, maybe. And we mess around and get, 25 games, 30 games he pitches. And can he be 20-3? Can he have a 19-4 record? Something crazy like that as a starter? This is going to be really cool to see, all jokes aside, to see one of the best players ever at his absolute best and being able to at least max out and see what he can do. And we didn't get to see it the first year with the Dodgers. Obviously, he's coming off the injury, just hitting. Last year, they slow-rolled it, so he got rolling towards the end of the year and into the postseason. This coming spring, to see the full breadth of it all, I think that's going to be amazing. I think he's going to have his another MVP again. And because you can almost pencil him in for 35, 40 home runs. And then you pencil in pitching more than he ever has, or at least has as a Dodger. I just think it's going to be another spectacular season for him. Don't mess around and three-peat. That'll just put him through the stratosphere at that point. But it should be fun. We finally get to see maxed out Shohei. I'm looking forward to it. He's spectacular. It's been a blast to watch. He, like I always mentioned with LeBron being one of the only things in life to live up to the hype. All that hype we heard of a 16-year-old kid, and then now look at 23, 4 years later, what he's become. Shohei has been that for the Dodgers, and we'll see what could be next for him.
All hyperbole and just talk. I mean, nothing that we've seen should give you this idea that he's going to win a Cy Young. I mean, he got touched up in the postseason. His career record and numbers and all this. Last year, let me just go with his hitting statistics. That everybody wants to crown this guy the greatest ever. First of all, he didn't even hit 300. He hit 282. He's actually hit under 300. Rob G, are you ready for this? 3 of the last 5 years, he's hit under 300. This is your greatest player of all time. He had 28 less RBIs. He went also from 59 stolen bases to 20, so that dropped. I mean, I could go on and on. Here's probably the biggest one. 2 years ago, He had a 9.2 WAR. Last year, what was his WAR, Kelvin? You know what it was? It was 6.6. That was the drop-off from last year to this past season for Showai. And the year before that with the Angels, it was 6.1, and that's kind of where he was. He had an unbelievable season with the 50-50. That was, 2 years ago, not last year. And in the postseason, here's the greatest player of all time in the postseason. Each season is batting .248, and he has 45 strikeouts in 33 games. This is your greatest player of all time. All of this hyperbole that the only way I could even concede that Showai has a chance of being the greatest player of all time is he'd have to win a Cy Young and an MVP in the same season. I'm dead serious. Because individually, if you look at him as a pitcher or look at him as a hitter, he's not the best in any of those. He's not the best pitcher in the league and definitely not the best hitter in the league. When you combine the two, sure, because nobody else is doing it, and I'm not taking anything away from him. But I think the hyperbole is just, it's not warranted.
Couple. He is Ephraim Salam. I'm Kelvin Washington. He is in for Rob on a Worship Wednesday. Be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel. Always up there. No, Rob G. Of course, we are on YouTube. Just search Odd Couple FSR. Check it out there. Elijah got us up there looking good. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate it as usual. Coming up in a little bit, again, we got last call towards the end of the hour. So if you want to get in on that, you can get in as well and get you updated here in just a little bit, too. We're talking about, Mayweather, Tyson getting ready to fight, which is, that's like one of those, when you get video games, you can create, like, oh, man, I want Jordan to play LeBron. And, like, you never in the world think you would actually get this. Because if this was the case, 35, 40 years ago, we could have got, 40, 50 years ago, we might have been able to get Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. If this is what we're doing, think about, like, 86, we could have got Tyson and Ali if this is what we're doing. But so we're asking you 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Are you in on this? This fight, you want to see it? Are you the same fan like that watches actual boxing, or is it just entertainment? You say, hey, this is what it is in 2026 and moving forward. Who we got?
All right, we got Andre in UMass in Massachusetts. You on the Odd Couple with Ephraim and Kelvin. What you got?
In the Commonwealth.
In the Commonwealth. Thanks for taking the call. Glad to be with you on a Worship Wednesday. I'm absolutely out on this fight. I don't need to see two senior citizens duking it out, battling. As if I went to the nursing home and they wasn't serving ravioli on a Wednesday or something like that to infuriate, our valuable senior citizens. At the same time, I can't be mad at Floyd Mayweather, particularly for getting that money on. because that's what he is extremely good at. And I'm looking forward to this documentary coming out, kind of going into the inner workings of Floyd. You know, you listen to him, you talk about him growing up. He talks about his dad being out there running the streets. You know what I'm saying? His dad also an outstanding trainer, you know, but didn't necessarily have the structure and then how that kind of informed him going forward to be hyper-focused on the bottom line. But for me, the bottom line in this fight is I respect Floyd, but in terms of him being the GOAT, the greatest of all time, I got to tell you, honestly, I put Canelo above him because Canelo took that Bud Crawford fight, which he didn't need to do, and put it all on the line out there and went toe-to-toe and came out on the losing end. That's my one critique of Floyd. As much respect as I have for him, he did not take the big fight. So he got $300 million to fight Manny Pacquiao. Down the road, he's getting hundreds of $1 million right now for Mike Tyson. I credit him, but it impacts his legacy. Last point, Mike Tyson, get all your money. If you're going to come to me with 100 mils or whatever it is just to go out there and break a sweat, I can't be mad at you for getting all your Skrilla. Yeah. Thanks for taking the call.
No doubt, man. Listen,
Appreciate
it's a lot of money out there for them to and really, again, there's no argument in that. You know it ain't a real fight. Hold on. Don't in your life you absolutely love competition. Rob G, we have curling, a.k.a. sweeping and mopping, going on right now. And, yes, it was a nice – what do they even call it? Is that a throw? Is it a toss? Is it a roll? What do you call it? Would they turn? What is it? I don't know. But the lady rolled the thing down, and they were sweeping and mopping, and it was nice and landed right in the center. You should have saw Patrick Mahomes throw a behind-the-back pass the way you just made it face. Like,
look, man, nice. I love competition. And so does Leo in NYC, in New York. Leo, you on the Odd Couple with Ephraim and Kelvin. What you got?
My brothers, how are you tonight?
What's up, Leo?
I got to say, we do not want this farce in our jungle. We want to keep our lions and our hyenas from watching this fake fight.
Okay.
I mean, since we're doing action tonight, I figure I'll throw one in. But I got to say, guys.
That's funny. Pretty good.
I got to say, no, we don't want to. We don't want to see this. I mean, give me Pacquiao and Mayweather. At least, even if they're old, that's the same class, that's the same division. I can get behind that. But Mayweather can probably, use Tyson butt cheek as like his sack, his training sack at this point. What are we doing here? Trying to build this fight on the back of the Rumble in the Jungle when we know that historic fight represented something. They didn't just pick like an exotic destination just because they're looking. No. It had meaning behind it, and trying to use that and promote this fake fight right here. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? I mean, personally, as someone who was born and raised in the motherland, I am not watching it.
I hear you, Leo. I don't know, though. I feel like everybody says that. It's like a lot of people say they didn't vote for particular people, and it's like, well, somebody lying up in here.
No, it's the bottom line is it'll be on.
Yeah.
Right? Are you going to get home early to watch it? No.
But if you're sitting at home, feet kicked up, and it's on, it's on.
It's on. And that's what entertainment is. Yeah. How many times have you put something on Love is Blind and it's just on in the background?
No. Rob G gets home early for that. He's excited about that.
But you can make the same argument about the Super Bowl. Like most of the people who watch the Super Bowl do not care about football.
Oh,
it's just the event
Absolutely
of watching
correct.
the Super Bowl. You're going to see the exact same thing happen with these fights right here.
All right, I'll settle down a little bit.
70 million people tuned in to watch Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson bit his gloves for 20 minutes.
He did bite his gloves.
That's the numbers are outstanding.
Mike Tyson
crazy.
Bit his gloves and was in a thong, and that's pretty much all we got. I will say, to Leo's point, Pacquiao Mayweather would be interesting because your brain says they're still close enough to be fighters. How old was George Foreman when he came back to fight Michael Moore? Was he like 46,
42?
42? Was he 42?
I believe.
That young? But my point is, it was like a big deal because, he came out of retirement and he won that fight. He was 45. Okay. So my point is, with Pacquiao and Mayweather, your brain can still, they can get back in shape enough to look the part. Obviously, Pacquiao just fought recently.
Both in shape right now.
So you're like, all right, dang it. Obviously, I would have preferred it years ago, but I can see that.
I would sign up for that.
Yeah, I signed up for that too. The Tyson, that's just, come on, Mike.
Next, Tyson Holyfield.
Oh, you know Holyfield on the phone.
I'm watching it.
You absolutely will.
I'm watching
You'll
it.
be at Costco buying a new TV.
Hell yeah.
And filling out an application so you can work there.
Getting a 100-inch Hisense for like $8.99, and I'm going to be scanning memberships in the front.
What a hot dog. Hey, like, sir, you don't even work here.
Sugar Ray.
All right,
I'm watching that too.
Ain't Hagler getting gone? He's still with. Okay. All right, rest in peace.
You went too far now.
Yeah, you went.
I'm going too far.
Yeah. All right. We got to talk about Luka and why the Lakers might need to pull off a big move this summer. We'll tell you what that is right now. Bree is going to get you updated and set on what's trending. Hey, Bree.
Hey, guys. Okay, so we're in double overtime between number 25 Alabama and 20 Arkansas. Darius Acuff has 45 points. He's a freshman. I had no idea. I thought he was a little bit older, but he's not. So Arkansas is on top right now, 107-106, 3.5 minutes left to go in that game. Creighton took down number 5 UConn 91-84. And according to Jeff Passan of ESPN, Bruce Meyer has been unanimously elected as executive director of the MLB Players Association. He had been number 2 at the union and officially becomes the 6th executive director in the union's history. Earlier in the Winter Olympics, in the men's hockey quarterfinals, the United States survived in overtime. They defeated Sweden 2-1. They'll face Slovakia in the semifinals, while Canada will face Finland. Sidney Crosby suffered an injury in Canada's overtime win earlier over Czechia. No idea if he's going to be ready to go for the semifinals against Finland. In the NBA, Sacramento Kings stars Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine both underwent season-ending surgeries. Sacramento already is holding the worst record in the NBA at 12-44. And in the NFL, the Chiefs restructured Patrick Mahomes' contract to create $43 million in salary cap space as of now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Monty. Man, I'm looking at TV there.
Oh, okay.
That's
I said, I'm sorry. I turned
Good
on TV.
Lord.
Bree, thank you so much, Bree. Appreciate
That's just
that.
the disrespect.
No,
and this
I
is
know.
my last time I'm anchoring in here,
No.
and you
wow.
called me Monty.
Who did? Who did?
Don't do that.
Who did?
Wow, Kelvin.
Okay.
Bree, you did an excellent
Who did
job.
not?
I apparently didn't.
No,
you.
you
I
did.
wasn't.
Who
No, you
did not?
I don't know how to feel. I have
Bree
all
did
the
amazing.
emotions.
What it was my fault, and I will apologize because I looked at the TV and they had a big, massive dude. Somebody might even be bigger than you, Ephraim, which is shocking. And he was throwing punches on an airplane. And I got distracted. I apologize.
And that makes you think of Monty? Somebody
No,
throwing
it
punches?
became a muscle memory.
I know your voice, Bree.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
Ephraim.
apologize, Bree. Let me say
Your
you did an
voice
amazing
is important
job.
to me.
Thank you. You could distinguish between
Yes.
women.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let me also say you do an amazing job. You produce the times you'd produce for us.
Thank you.
You're a pleasure to be around.
Brianna is my name. Thank you.
You're very fun.
Shame.
You have a great work ethic, and
Thank you.
wishing you all of the best.
What was my name?
Monbree.
There you go. Good.
And wishing you
Monbree.
all the best
Thank
for everything
you.
you have going on. Okay.
Appreciate it.
I really
Shame.
and I really mean
Shame.
that.
Thank you.
Shame.
Shame.
So thank you. Are you on the rest of the night as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you will continue to hear
I will
Bree
continue.
the rest of the night. But thank you so
Brianna,
much
yes.
for all the great stuff.
Shame.
I'll talk to
Shame.
you some more afterwards. A little bit
Shame.
less.
Can't
It
wait
is.
for Monty's updates later.
Don't do that, Alex. First of all, I'll talk to you later. I mean, you all day.
You sure it's
Alex.
not Mark or Mary?
No, Adam.
Oh.
I told you that's your next.
I am the
name.
first,
When
you're
you call
right.
me Kevin. That's that's
Iowa
clever.
Sam, what's I mean,
there it is.
First of all, Iowa Sam is still here somewhere. I'm not convinced.
He is.
Our super producer, Lee Robert DeLap V.
Yeah, Rob G wouldn't be mad at that because he's looking to leave anyway.
I love when
As long
Carrie
as
fills
somebody
in with
gives
you.
him- Don't do that.
What?
That's Ephraim.
You started this?
That's Ephraim.
That's
No, but
got
you
to be
started
racist.
this.
Carrie was yesterday. Are you trying to say all black dudes look alike?
No,
Is
you're
that
trying
what
to say,
you're
oh, mamas look the same?
No. And I told her, and I corrected it.
I would have never made that mistake.
You got
I'm
one
sorry,
more.
I'm sorry.
You got
This is-
one more. I'm
my
gonna treat
bad,
you like
my bad,
I'm
my
gonna treat
bad.
you like the Rockets and you KD.
My bad.
You're gonna get jumped when you come in this locker room. You're gonna get
Shame.
jumped. Speaking of the NBA, Rob G, we were talking about this a little bit. Giannis, he did the whole thing where I want to stay, and at the very end, he's like, so as long as y'all give me a championship, otherwise I might leave. He kind of ended it that way. But a lot of people are starting to say teams are kind of gearing up, making some moves, or didn't make moves so that they can have some cap room, keep some money, because this summer could be huge, because Giannis could be available. And one team in particular, talk about the Lakers. If LeBron's gone, a bunch of money opens up. If Rui leaves, a little bit more money opens up, and you can look at a guy like Giannis, and I believe the Bucks have to trade him, just in the sense of let's just move on.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even winning with him. We're not even getting deep playoff runs with him. I look at the team like the Lakers and Luka specifically. For Luka to be 26 years old, Ephraim, I don't believe he is a typical, normal, young 26 in that. I don't think he's going what we've seen the KDs, the Russell Westbrooks, the CP3s.
Oh, late into the 30s.
I don't think he's going late into the 30s, early 40s. I don't think he has that in him. He's been playing professionally since he was 13, 14. Mm-hmm. He's, obviously, it's no secret he didn't take the best care of his body. I just don't see him going to this, another 10, 12-year run at this level. Not saying he's still not in the league as a player, but the Luka that you know him, like a KD and LeBron, been able to go for so long, Steph being great. So to me, I'm looking at this as the Lakers, and it's very Laker-like that you have to go get a big name, whether it be trade or free agency. That's just what they've done. They don't typically build and go through the growing pains for a couple of years, get young players, develop them. So to me, this is the only real chance they have because what is working now with the young people, Oklahoma City, again, you look at the Pistons, you look at the Warriors, how they were with their big three and Dre and Clay and stuff. All of that, the Lakers ain't doing that. They are not about to say, all right, LeBron, go away, and we're just going to sit here with Luka, and we'll draft some people, we'll get some young, we'll develop for 2 or 3 years till we finally get – you're not doing that with Luka. You're not wasting peak prime Luka. So to me, that's the only – they're going to be the last team trying to do the big 2, big 3.
Does Luka and Giannis work?
Whether it does or doesn't, I feel like they have no choice. Well, because they can't develop. They have no time for that. Luka's not playing 10, 12 more years at that level.
Yeah, I think they're in a situation where they need to capitalize on him now. Like, he is playing the best basketball of his life, and so they have a window here. They have a 2 or 3 year window where he'll still be at that level, and they have to make – look, the blueprint is there. Luka went to the finals with a team that was built to make a finals run. 3-and-D guys, knockdown shooters,
lob receivers,
but big man they can roll, catch the lob, protect the rim, but guard on the wings. That's what you do. You don't need 2 or 3 slow defensive players on the court with Luka. That's a disadvantage for you defensively. And so you have to be aware of that. Luka, even though his effort level has gone up this year in terms of guarding, he has limitations. Where he doesn't have a limitation is on the offensive side. So you have to surround him with guys who make up for that limitation on the defensive side.
And Giannis can be that. Obviously, we know he gives full effort on defensive end, offensively as well. So you would have those guys, but from my point of why I said if it would work or not, you would have to tell me who else is there. Who else are you surrounding them? Because we're seeing that. We've seen Denver struggle. They ended up, to their credit, getting it back 2 or 7 games with Oklahoma City, but they were throwing everybody. And some people, they're fouling Jokic. They're playing too hard. That's why I got a bunch of guys. I'm throwing any and everybody at you to try to stop you. And we're seeing that now with teams that they're finding guys. If you look at the Celtics, right, just a bunch of guys who can play basketball. 3-and-D, lengthy guys, wing defenders, can shoot the ball, can shoot past dribble. We need a bunch. Gone are the days of I got big 2 and a couple other guys around and, and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
You got to have – I always use this term when I look at like teams like Oklahoma City and teams like Indiana last year. They had line shifts like hockey. They were throwing in 3 or 4 guys at a time. Boom, next. Because I know for the next 6 minutes, you're going to be able to play as hard as you can, effort. And the minute your gas, next 3 or 4 guys coming in.
High effort.
And you can't just roll out and say, well, I got a Luka and I got a Giannis, and that's about it. Because even when you look at LeBron and AD, you had a guy controlling the offense in Rondo. Caruso was playing his role. Kuzma played his role. Dwight played it perfectly at that time.
Great.
JaVale McGee played his role perfect. You had a great cast of guys around that it made sense for what they were doing.
Yeah.
Our bread is going to be, bread and butter will be defense. Well, Dwight, one of the all-time greats. You still had at least enough in LeBron. AD was one of the better two-way players.
Good defensive team.
Great,
right there.
Exact. Caruso. All these guys can lock in. Kuzma can play D. You had that defensive effort from those guys. That was what the bread and butter was on. And then not to mention we got still the 2 of the best, 4 or 5 players in the league at that time in AD and LeBron. So then you would have to surround that, was your point, with that type of team. So it'll be interesting to see if the Lakers – and also, the rumor report, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, that the Lakers are still open to LeBron coming back, just at a crazy haircut.
We're going to move on.
At a crazy haircut.
We're going to move on.
I think they should, too.
We're going to move on. We good.
Do you want him if you're Cleveland?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure that would be great, but once they leave the Lakers, they can go anywhere. In my opinion, like I don't like what I'm saying. Now I'm speaking as a fan.
Yeah,
like I don't care.
Oh, okay, get out of here. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's that time.
Go to Memphis. I don't care.
No, things run their course. Go to Memphis. I don't know about all that. My goodness.
You and Ja.
Yeah, well, Ja. They tried to get rid of Ja. All right, on the way. Last call 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Last call. We want to hear from you. It is the Odd Couple. Kelvin Washington from Salam, who is in for Rob on a Worship Wednesday. 877-99 on Fox is the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
ESPN MLB insider Jeff Pass. I think he's a friend of yours, Rob. I think he's talked to your class a couple times.
Yes, he has. Absolutely.
I would say he's a friend of the show, but he doesn't come on the show. In any event, he
can't come on the show.
He can't, but we like him. Published a long-form piece on Thursday discussing the labor discussions between MLB owners and the Players Association. According to Passon, nearly every owner believes that baseball needs a salary cap because they believe it would, one, immediately juice the franchise values, because the labor costs would be fixed and it would be lower than some other teams. And number two, and to them most importantly, they believe it's the only pathway to competitive balance is to have a salary cap. In fact, according to Passon, one high-ranking team official said, quote, if they are not getting their salary cap for the next CBA, quote, they are ready to burn the effing house down. Passon suggests that if that happens, we could have a lockout for the first time, or excuse me, the worst labor war since 1994, of course.
But we haven't had one since then.
But if you recall, Rob, and listeners of the show will know this, the World Series was canceled that year for the first time in 90 years. So if Passon's right and this executive is right, they're willing to pull the plug on everything in Major League Baseball.
I'm going to say this. And a couple of years ago, I think it might have been before 2020, remember, before the there was a labor deal. That was the last one. And people thought, oh, that was the COVID, that it wasn't going to happen. And remember, there's been a long labor peace with baseball. Prior to that, every 4 or 5 years there was stoppage. Right. Or the season started late, or they missed some games, lockout, players. There was always a fight, okay? And since 94, they got it. After they took away the World Series from fans, baseball had to pay. People were so mad, and it took the home run chase by Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa to bring people back to baseball. Like, for all the stuff that they rip on those guys and the juice and all that, that saved baseball.
100%.
You remember that?
Well, that's why they turned a blind eye.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
That saved baseball.
100%.
ESPN used to break in and show their at-bats. I don't care what was on. They would break in, and here's Mark McGwire coming up. Here's Sammy Sosa coming up. Every at-bat was on ESPN.
Now you can keep that going for another couple of years with Barry Bonds, too.
Exactly. So I do not, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, my God, nothing's going to happen, whatever, and I get what's at stake. But do you see, and we talk about it more than anybody on national radio, the resurgence of baseball, the last 5 years especially. You got the Dodgers that are the evil empire. People, you need you need a villain. Yeah, the villain.
Yep.
You got all these other good teams. You got teams that are making it to the World Series. They're not all the big markets. The Texas Rangers won a World Series. It kind of negates or talks about, you're talking about competitive balance. We just brought it up the other night. The last 10 years, baseball has had more different champions than the NFL, which is the parity league, right? Supposedly the parity league. More teams have been in the championship in baseball than in the NFL. 13 teams, different teams, in the last 10 years, and only 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, we got that actually.
You remember that?
Yeah, there's those numbers. I'll get them for you.
Yep.
Keep going. Yep.
And my point is, we just saw a World Series that didn't have a second American team in it. The ratings were what, Kelvin? Through the roof. Without the Toronto and Canada numbers, TV numbers, because they don't count for the American television ratings.
You undersold baseball, by the way.
What was it?
So since the turn of the century, more MLB franchises have won championships, 16, than in the NHL, 14, NFL, 13, NBA, 12.
And those other leagues have the salary cap.
Yeah.
So we know that. The Yankees haven't won since 2009. The Mets, who had the highest payroll last year, didn't make the playoffs and haven't won since 1986.
Yep.
So when I hear all this, it sounds good. Everybody's on the same bay. Everybody's got Kansas City has the same payroll as the Yankees. Really? Really? Guess what? The Kansas City Royals have won a World Series more recently than the Yankees.
Then they go to 2?
Yeah.
They won one. Yeah. No, listen, you're 1,000% correct. We've talked about this a million times. Baseball, you don't know who's going to win. It doesn't matter if you have a bunch of players on your team. A team can get hot at the right time.
The Dodgers were 1 or 2 outs away from not winning this past year.
And the Dodgers had been winning but never winning at all for a handful of years. They kept getting there but not winning at all. So it doesn't matter. We talked about the Rangers. We talk about the Angels. We talk about the Nationals. We talk about the Royals.
The Diamondbacks
the Tigers
have
been
to
like 3 or 4 World Series in the last 10, 15 years. So, that's what makes this amazing in baseball is that it doesn't matter necessarily. Now, I think also they're trying to do what we talk about is that floor. They're trying to bring up some teams that have in the last 10 years only spent like $300 million, where you got some teams currently spending $300 million a year. So they're trying to find that balance of a salary cap and a salary floor. So some teams have to spend more, and some teams obviously you're gonna, this is the max you can spend. Radio, Odd Couple, Kelvin Washington, Ephraim Salam on a Worship Wednesday. DJ Alex, speaking of this is Kanye here. Did you watch Genius, the 3-part Netflix on Kanye? Yeah, I watched it, 3-4 years ago, whatever it was when it came out, and I rewatched it. And just because I know you make films and movies and you're in creating content, the guy who shot it, Cootie, to follow him for like 20 years was remarkable. If you don't know, long story short, a guy saw a young rapper producer in Chicago, and he was a budding radio personality and comedian, and he said, you know what, there's something about this kid is special. I'm going to quit what I'm doing and film him for 20 years. And I was just like, to do that is crazy.
Yeah, that's it was well done, too.
Yeah.
A lot of insight.
Yep, enjoyed it there. All right, it is now time for Last Call.
This is the last call.
Last call! It's last call. Last call time on the Odd Couple.
All right. Last call. Who we got?
We got Chaplain Maddie in Denver.
Chaplain Maddie?
You on the Odd Couple with Kelvin and Ephraim. What you got?
And you are the last call.
Gentlemen, Worship Wednesday, man of the cloth, had to call in.
We appreciate that.
Hey, one thing about old school dudes that grew up in this, in the church, pugilism was popular. Boxing, those Irish Catholic dudes, for some odd reason, there was always a boxer in the bunch of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of got into it. I'm not going to say I was any good at it, but from the perspective of if they keep it a boxing match, if it's a legit boxing match, what is Money Mayweather known for? Not getting hit in the head. What does Mike Tyson do? Hits people in the head. Watching Mayweather slip him can be artistry. It's amazing to watch him. But if Mike connects, you never know, man. It's worth whatever it is. As a guy who likes, I'm Mike's age. Mm-hmm. I know I can't keep Mayweather in front of me. I'd like to see Mike try. From my end, I don't know.
But here's the thing, Chaplain. Let me ask you this. I get what you're saying. I mean, that's what makes it compelling in that Mike Tyson, all the power. And that's why people bought into the Jake Paul when you thought man, if Mike can just connect once, like Joshua did, he connected and it was lights out.
Well, it was part of a script.
Why was
Mike
it?
Tyson
Thank
wasn't
you.
supposed to knock him out.
And that's where I was going with this.
The script shouldn't be part of the sentence.
And that's my concern, is that the script is, once we got them watching, we already won. Now we can just have fun and talk smack to each other. No one cares because they're already watching. We already got the money. We're good. And that's my concern. So in this world that you were saying, yes, if they were going at it hardcore, then it would be interesting. But we know that they're not. And that's the part, Ephraim, that for me is difficult.
Yeah, I mean, the
Appreciate
Mike Tyson,
the call.
Thanks, Chappie.
We appreciate that.
The Mike Tyson-Roy Jones fight was hard to watch. You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be, man.
Yeah.
It'll be entertaining. I'll say that.
Hopefully, one thing I will say, they had that Tyson and Paul fight. They had some good undercards.
Yeah.
They snuck in some really good undercards. So wondering.
Populate the world.
Yeah, the two ladies were scrapping. I forgot their names. No disrespect. I forgot. They were scrapping. I wonder, you know, we'll get that again where you get some good fights and then leading up to that.
I think you almost have to, you know?
Yeah, to get folks excited. One of the other things that happened before I let you go, I want to get your thoughts on this. Somebody didn't make the Hall of Fame, which I just don't view him as a Hall of Famer, and that is Eli Manning. And then there was reports that he's not bitter that he didn't make the Hall of Fame. And I said he ain't bitter because he knows. You know who his brother is? The person you, I believe, say is the best quarterback you ever seen.
Yep.
So to me, Eli's like, oh, I'm not bitter because he knows he's not a Hall of Famer. Now, if they call me in to get a yellow jacket, I'll take it. I'm in. But I think he deep down he knows. I think he understands also he's on the line. I get it. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings. He played a long time. Like, I get why some people feel like it because he's got 2 rings and he made a couple of big throws. But to me, when I read that, the report saying, oh, he said he's not bitter, he understands and blah, blah. To me, I'm like, yeah, because he doesn't think he's – like T.O. should have gotten in first ballot, so I would see why he would be bitter. If you're Bill Belichick and reports are if they were, oh, he's bitter, he's upset, I would see why Bill Belichick is bitter. Everyone knows he should be in. Eli, I just don't feel like that. I think maybe he'll get in one day, but I think deep down he kind of knows, like, if I get in, it'll be I got in.
Yeah, look, the 2 Super Bowls are great. Outside of that,
there's nothing.
There's nothing. So if it's just winning Super Bowls that get you in as a quarterback, then they got to start putting more quarterbacks in.
I mean, there's a lot of guys who could say consideration. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing for me. We won 7.
Nick Foles, put him in.
All right, we did say 2.
I'm just saying.
We did say 2.
That's the criteria.
Well, and that's my whole point. I keep telling everybody it's a Hall of Fame, not a Hall of 2 games. You know, that's when me and Rob, because Rob stands on that he should be in, and I stand on that he's not. And that's one of the things people always, he's got 2 Super Bowl against Brady. I said, okay, this is a Hall of Fame, not a Hall of 2 games. There's nothing else significant. But yeah, I didn't find him. I didn't think he'd be bitter about that. Just because I didn't think he actually got to see what greatness is by his brother. And,
yes.
And again, to his credit, he had a good career, but it shouldn't have to be. That's the thing. We've not gotten to where good has to be great. Like, oh, now you need to be in the Hall of Fame because you were really good. And I thought it was supposed to be the Hall of Great of Greats.
Yeah.
Not just Hall of Fame. All right, E. What else you got going on, man? You always got something cooking, man. Anything else?
Just, running the sports division at Hidden Empire Sports Collective. We got our big NFL event coming up, our tour, NFL tour, career tour, where we bring 30 to 40 current players out and give them the inner workings of Hollywood, from producing, directing, writing, cinematography, acting, the whole 9 yards. So this is our 4th year doing it. We partnered with Skydance Sports, partnered with Sony and Disney.
Nice.
Animation. So it's a big deal, man. I look forward to doing it. Like I said, just had a big event at NBA All-Star with the NBA Summer League and the film festival attached to it. And then before that, we were in Sundance. So
is he the new Antonio Daniels,
Rob?
We
just going to keep on going, man.
How many slashes you got?
And keep on going in the middle of this beautiful documentary I'm doing about a Steelers great. So, it's great. Just
Do you sleep?
Just nah.
Are you talking about me?
I don't. I got about 3 hours at night.
Yeah, I don't sleep either doing so much. And,
and I'm writing this dope pilot based on a song by KRS-One.
Do you want any more thing else you want to announce? My goodness.
Nope. I'm good.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?